I was like, don't get attached to Josh's characters ever.
Look underneath your table.
Josh, you are such a pain in the ass.
There's a present.
Yeah, you are such a pain in the ass.
Should we have audio?
Here I am. We should have audio. Oh, I think we do have audio. It's just scrolled down.
Can we scroll up?
Michael, can you just scroll that little box up down there?
You've got the power.
Okay, we do have audio.
Excellent.
Fantastic.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to Maxed and Doubled.
Welcome to Maxed and Doubled.
My name's Oscar.
My name is Oscar, and
my name is Oscar.
Is episode 25.
This is regret.
6.
25.
It's 25. At least we're all agreed on the fact that it's
25.
If we're not agreed on the
Definitely
date.
episode 25, people.
I'm not sure how to feel that I'm the one that's, not calls in the back talk this time. I don't know how this makes me feel.
I'm disagreeing with Anna with picture evidence from both of us.
Oh, disagreement. Oh, this is a great start.
Fight. Mod. You better be careful, Hannah. Anna will kick you out of the stream.
No, that's what I was literally about to say. Is that you guys realize that my picture is covered?
Oh yeah. Welcome to my world.
Yeah, and I'm waiting for it to pop up. You are now banned from this channel.
All you should have to do is unhide her player cam. Nope, not in there. Next one down. Display capture. Unhide.
Hey.
Guys,
amazing.
I'm going to go insane from the amount of flies in this place.
It is ridiculous.
Like 2.
I hate it. I wish they would stop. Like, truly.
At
wish
least
they would
it's
stop.
flies and not something else.
Make a banana
You can chuck
flies.
that back over there if you'd like. Thank you.
Baby flies are somewhat
We
gruesome.
are late. So we should really actually get into it.
Please.
First, I just want to point something out. Now, it was raised to my attention
Hold on.
by Michael today that in the past I may have been unwittingly, I would like to say, insensitive. Regardless of whether or not it's unwitting, it is still and it's unacceptable.
Being unwitty is my job.
Anything that I've said in the past that may have been culturally insensitive, or anything that I have been implying is culturally insensitive, I absolutely don't mean it that way, and I apologise for any time I've done that. I'm going to try to do better going forward. I will explain to you guys later.
I prefer you not to insult Joshua's.
Josh, you suck, and so do all Joshes.
Yeah, that's probably
Hey,
If your name
I
is
have
Josh
a
and you're
friend
watching
named
this-
Josh. No. I have a friend named Josh who is watching this, Oscar.
Oh no!
I hate you.
You know what, Josh? I stand up for you. I stand up for you,
By a random
Josh.
person. You be nice.
He's a delightful person.
Fight. Josh.
Josh.
You can hate that
I'm kidding,
Josh
we love
if you
everyone.
want, but my Josh is mine.
Okay, let's not go too far. Okay.
We love everyone, except this Josh.
Well,
Because he puts my dice towers under my fucking chair. When
It
I'm
wasn't me this time. We
rushing to
we
get
switched-
things
we
done.
switched roles.
He left, and I was like...
Previously on Maxed and Doubled. You all, the Calamity Hunters,
Oh.
Yes.
departed from Yoln on the Umbral Gorgon, a ship captained by one of the Mestrial's personal, essentially escorts, as it were, across the Kolpatan Sea. After a stop-off at the island of Scow and a brief altercation between some creatures that had made their way, infiltrated the opposing crew of the Silver Tern, you switched ships and were taken from the island of Scow over a period of days to Thakratha, where you landed in Port Decker. You found out that Port Decker was frozen over
Yes.
as you got closer, and in approaching, the ship started to freeze into the waters. Looking out ahead, you saw a mounted figure. No, dark, hooded head. Please don't.
Josh, yes.
Please don't. Standing on the ice further out in the water, before disappearing and leaving you stuck a couple 100 feet offshore. So some creative use of spells and teamwork, you managed to free the ship and reach Port Decker, where you helped out with the cleanup effort.
And we leveled up.
Unfortunately, you didn't.
Oh.
I want to
in exchange for fast travel to Grodalia, which is on the other side of Thakrata from where you were.
It is spelled like gorilla almost. I didn't know.
Not even remotely.
Well, it's pronounced similar. Grodalia, gorilla. It works for me. I'm dyslexic.
Hi, dyslexic. I'm Glenn.
Hi, Glenn. Who's dyslexic?
Hi, Glenn. With one N.
How dare you?
You teleported to Grodalia, outside the city limits, where you exited the relay tower upon which you landed in, and saw ahead of you the city itself, covered by the umbral shields that formed a dome over the entire city, projected from the central umbral generator, and surrounded by pastures, enclosures, and all sorts of areas that seem to keep a number of highly exotic beasts. You spotted Hydra and Displacer beasts in the mix as you, in your quick look around,
Hydra.
and now standing at the base of the relay tower looking towards the city. What would you like to do?
Find a penguin.
I'm very lost. Quack, quack, quack. I'm lost.
just walks right past us on the way. It's like, hi. And continues.
Alright then. So I guess we should try to have a look at the noble message board news type thing and see if there's been any kind of ruckus kicked up by a rider coming through.
I mean, this is your home city, isn't it? So
Yeah.
please lead the way.
Yeah, I'm just thinking.
Although,
Yeah.
if we're attempting to make it seem like you are not you, perhaps you should not lead the way.
I'm happy to lead the way if you want me to. I've travelled through Grodalia at least once in my life,
we're
I'm pretty
travelling
sure.
with Jack.
I mean, yeah. I'm sure Jack has studied this place at one point in his studies.
I'm just making the point that we probably don't want to make it too obvious that he knows his way around, in case anybody recognises him.
Yeah, that is a good point. We'll probably be safer.
You could shave.
I was shaved.
That's my reaction whenever someone tells me to shave.
Is that John got a full beard going on now, or?
I was clean shaven when I left.
Well, that works.
And now
This is
it's
probably
Okay,
the
so-
better
Just
arrangement.
doing the
This is
fugitive
better.
thing, stuff
That's
in
fine.
reverse.
Yeah, it's probably better if we stick to, at least as far as avoiding people who might recognize me, we may want to stick to stick away from the fancy parts of town, as it were.
They're the places I like the best.
Fancy
Oh, believe
smeezy.
me, we know.
I am. Shame of what I am.
Specific
You
areas
seem
that
to
you're
be.
talking about are around the northern side of Grodalia, so
Yeah.
you're currently on the southern side of Grodalia.
I'm gonna
Oh.
so I'm gonna start walking in towards the main area of the city. Gonna head for one of the one of the kind of squares or community hubs, as it were, that's in poor areas of town. Hope to find someone who's some kind of bulletin board or something. So I assume things will have changed a bit since I was last there, but I'm going to a place where there previously was one.
I'm currently looking around, seeing what there is, and listening for just basic gossip or chit chat throughout the crowds and whatnot.
Well,
if
currently
crowds.
there is no crowd around you.
Well,
Currently,
we're still out
you're
in
outside
the,
the city.
Oh, we're out.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought we were going into.
Yeah.
Sorry, when we
We're
get in
headed-
there.
Yeah.
It is
We're
open.
planning
Yeah.
to head in.
Yeah. So there is a main path heading
Yeah.
from the relay where you are further into the city between a couple of the enclosures, directly adjacent, in fact, to one of the Hydra enclosures. Over top this paddock with very high walls, but you can see the heads of the Hydras moving around. High walls and then umbral shielding around the tops. You can see above the dragon the limbless dragon riders flying around, circling in this area, occasionally swooping down low within the enclosure.
This Hydra.
Multiple hydras.
What do they look like? Like what's
Hydras.
One of them,
yes, but skin color.
one of them's
scales.
a sunshiny
one
hydra. One of
I
them's
have a suggestion for
rainy
how we describe.
hydra. One of them's a cold hydra. One of them's a hail hydra.
That was a good hold up.
Wow. I was just going to say, is it a Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief Hydra? Or is it a Hercules, the cartoon Hydra?
Yeah, like
Seeing neither.
is one of the faces.
The
one
heads that
head
you
that's
can
dirt?
see. The heads
Need
that
to
you
know.
can see are serpentine.
So that
The serpent-like, and are a kind of brownish, dark green color.
cool.
But that you can only just see kind of the tops of the heads as they're moving around in the area.
Do I have any idea that if they're it's tamed per se, or are they just actually like wild and being controlled? From
You
what
don't know.
my family.
You don't know.
Okay.
You don't have much experience with Grodalia directly, unfortunately.
Is this another night where
actually-
you guys are going to sit there trying to catch flies?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely,
Yes.
it is.
Work out
Well,
reflexes.
it wouldn't be a problem if a certain door would stay shut.
And I'm just saying that if my workout for the week, so it's great.
Are you asking this out loud?
Does workout?
No, the one before that. Or are you asking me, DM?
About the height. No, yeah, you the DM.
Okay.
Quick,
No, you
actually,
don't
do
have any
I
experience
know
with Grodalia.
anything? Well, do I know anything about Grodalia and the monsters from my brother?
You've heard tales. Like you knew kind of this is what they did, but you've
Not
not
to this extent.
you've not
basically.
seen it in
Yeah,
person,
oh,
and you didn't
yeah.
know the scale. And looking at this, like
Many
it's
of them on Hydra.
it's very obvious at a glance that this is their main market.
It's a market. Awesome. Oh fuck, this is awesome. I don't have enough gold. I'll be back when I'm level
I'm
20.
gonna start walking towards the city, seeing as I get the impression that we've been standing here gawking.
I assume we like slowly.
That's
moving
one
on.
hell of a
Um,
pet stop.
I'm not really expecting to see him, but I am keeping an eye out for Sukta in case I
Okay.
spot him in the
Sorry,
fields.
Cool.
sorry. What was that name?
Found
that
it.
you said? What was-
You
Sukta.
Dare you to
Sukta.
touch one of the hydras to get that as a wild shape?
That's cool.
I
Absolutely want to, but I will get it for a
Can-
shape change.
I want us to have a pet Hydra. That's all.
Giant.
you can
Metal
certainly
Hydra.
try.
I'll be back level 20. We're gonna make a purchase. We will.
Turns out the
We can start the Hydra thing like.
turns out the red Hydra head is the shopkeeper.
The green one is the actual-
accountant.
Is the accountant. The blue one is the one's for sale.
No.
It's her brother they don't like.
No, they don't get rid of them because if you cut one head off a Hydra, two more grow back.
Ka-ching then.
Yeah,
Money.
but what if they don't
Sell
like
one
the
Hydra
other
head,
ones?
get two in response.
And they're both
Yeah.
disappointed and like angry at the ones that did them off.
Yeah.
Just like, fuck.
Sorry, we are
You
getting
all
sidetracked.
follow John
I mean, we
down
sold
the
level
main
one
path
hunters.
towards the city.
Yeah.
You can see ahead of you the path leads to to where the shield is.
Yeah.
Where the shield comes down, which is a visible shield. You see the Umbral energy
glad.
being projected over the whole city. At the end of the path, there are two guards standing there. As you approach them, they kind of step forward and bring forward a draw, but
Oh,
don't
boy.
don't take a stance with their scimitars. They just hold their scimitars at their side.
Oh,
Yep.
thank God. That did not look like that at all.
And
No, he went like this, and I'm like, oh God.
and they call out, "Halt!
Nice.
What is your business?"
We were looking for a friend of ours who was kidnapped. The teleportation signal indicated that they passed through here.
You're the newcomers that just teleported in, yes?
Yes. We
Yes.
were given permission
Pull out my little badge with the thing on it.
Yeah.
to come through.
The favourite of the Mastrial.
Yes.
You're more than welcome, but do you have Grodals on you?
No, we do not. Is there a convenient place to change them nearby?
There is an exchange just down the road this way if you head that. And as the one guard, as he's talking to you, turns and gestures out toward in a direction, you watch as the other guard's eyes kind of look past you and widen. Like, just suddenly, like, in shock.
Yeah.
I get that a lot.
I turn around.
Yeah, I'm going to turn around.
As you turn, you hadn't heard this, but there are 3 enormous white figures charging across the street back where you were previously.
Are they penguin shaped?
Just heading across, not coming towards you. They look like they're on 6 legs. They're just running along, and they are leaving just a wake of destruction behind them. They're as they're going, they're hitting farmhouses and like just charging through them. And the guard's like, "The Girlon are out. If you can help, please go after them, subdue them. The Coatl Riders will be out with you soon. I need to get people inside." And he starts running off, like kind of off back towards the Girlon were, and starts like shouting for people to move. There are like people starting to run out of the buildings and back towards.
So they're not penguins.
How big are they?
Big. Like
moose size?
Moose size?
bigger than moose.
So, large moose.
Cool. Okay.
Okay, I'll... I mean, well, been requested. This will be actually very benefit for us.
Alrighty then.
We'll
Okay.
run for it.
You run out.
The opposite direction.
You run.
Like...
You run off to the right. So as you turn around, they're running across the path, coming from the left, and you run off. You start running off to intercept them. Everyone's going.
Yep.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I am.
What's the...
Roll athletics checks for me.
I am
Oh,
going
no.
to
You
go.
bastard.
Do I want a symbiotic entity or do I want a wild shape?
I'm going to cast Jump on myself.
I think I want a wild shape.
Can that... Quick question. Could that benefit me in some way using Jump?
I mean...
It means you can.
My
It could,
jumping
it could give you,
distance
like,
is tripled.
It's not. It's,
an extra...
Distance
guess-
is tripled.
Yeah, your jumping distance is not the same as your running distance.
Still
So that
take
would...
full damage.
It would give you, like, maybe an extra...
I'm just
what,
saying,
20
wondering if it
feet?
could tweak the DC for me a little bit, because
Alright.
I'm fucked when it comes to
I'm-
strength.
Turning it. I'm becoming a wolf.
okay.
Yeah.
Go
big,
for it.
Big metal wolf.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, that's better.
That's-
That's better than what I would have gotten before.
John, you being initially in the
Yeah.
front, now as you all turn around, you watch as everyone reacts. Varamas almost immediately kind of takes all fours
Yeah.
and shapes into this ginormous metallic plated wolf and
Yeah.
begins heading
Hear like
charging up in that
the
direction.
metal changing, and it just sounds so cool in my head. Also, I rolled. It's underneath the mic.
How have you managed
Oh,
this?
mate. Mate.
That, my good old friend, is a
0?
6.
6. Okay.
I got 12.
12?
Wait, 13.
11.
How you said
11.
athletics, sorry?
15.
Athletics? Yeah.
Yeah, I used the wolf stats.
Okay. So as you
I
charge
think
off
that's
first,
not bad.
you were kind of in the back of the group.
I'm
You
sorry.
charge off first, but pretty quickly, Varamas in his wolf form starts powering off ahead of you.
I mean-
Sariel and John overtake you.
I'm like this.
You
Like,
just-
calisthenics.
Footing is
I
what,
never followed
like,
it.
short, dry grass packed earth type thing?
Yeah, it's green grass. Like it's a relatively
That's nice.
lush grassland here.
Yep.
As you know, you're relatively far north in Thrakratha at this stage, and you're close to the coast.
Yeah.
So the climate here is a bit more conducive to more plant life.
Yeah.
And as you're running, it's pretty open here. You only got a couple of enclosures kind of up ahead, but the Girolong are now charging towards kind of the part of the city where the shield comes down.
Yeah.
And you're running to intercept them now. You make it
I have
pretty far, pretty
40
quickly.
feet of movement. Am I able to get in front of him far enough to change back and cast a spell?
Yes, you are.
Cool. So I'm gonna get as far forward as I can in front of them and turn around and are they close to each other?
I mean, they're within 40 or so feet of each other. They're just kind of
That sucks.
zigzagging across.
It's not what I like to hear, but that's alright. Okay, I might... Yeah, all druid spells are 20-foot radius. Come on, guys.
Wow. Wow, that's
20 foot. That's a really weird
unexpected.
radius.
Yeah.
30 is like the normal.
I wanted to cast web, but it won't get all of them.
Oh, right, radius, gotcha. Not actual.
Like, web is a
Distance for
cube,
oneself.
but
Oh yeah, you,
Still a weird radius.
it is, yeah. But like you can still cast it from like a distance.
yeah.
I think it was the
Depends
distance
on what
was
the range is.
20. Yeah, I thought the range was
60
20.
feet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna... Is there one leading the pack?
Yeah.
Yep.
There is one that's a lot
And
closer than the other.
everyone's like filing in behind him, almost.
Kinda. They're taking
Yeah.
the same rough
All right.
trajectory.
I'm gonna get in front of that guy, change back to Eladrin, and I'm going to cast web at the guy at the space directly in front of that guy.
Okay.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Natural 13
Oh, fuck you.
plus 3, so 16.
Okay, hold on a second. Okay, so it says each creature that starts its turn in the webs or that enters them during its turn must make a dexterity saving throw. Yeah, well, it passed, so good on him.
As you cast the web,
Yeah.
you watch as this, what you're now realizing is just basically a super oversized steroided ape with 4 arms
Yeah.
and 2 legs. Just hits the ground with its 2 like middle arms.
Yep.
The 2 front arms, which are the beefier ones, kind of lift up. It sends itself flying up in the air and over the top,
Oh,
and then
Jesus.
lands back on its feet. It's still not like focusing on you, but it's running kind of in your direction.
Alright, I guess I'll just go symbiotic entity.
Okay.
Like, I'm getting ready to be charged by this thing, so I'm like, metal form, dig my heels in. I'm getting ready to crash tackle this prick.
Okay.
Nice.
The rest of you arrive at this point. You all have one thing you can
Me in
do
the
real
back.
quick.
Okay. I'm gonna cut. What did you turn into?
I'm in my steel form, so I look like myself, but I'm steel.
Oh.
And large reduce doesn't work.
So,
I
I have-
still work. You're still
I have
humanoid.
like not experienced this, but I have seen people deal with these things like in
That'd be
passing. So
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna like
Oh, man.
try and emulate that thing that I've seen, the sort of things, and just get it to more of a standoff as opposed to actively charging.
Right. So
I'm like-
so
That's
John.
what these do.
Clapping my hands, go,
Yeah. So you
back
see
and grab this.
as you kind of take the stance, John runs by, kind of in directly in the path because it's again still kind of going
Yeah.
next to you. John just bears it down and lifts himself up, and he's like kind of beating his chest and screaming at it and just trying to intimidate it backwards. Roll intimidation check for me.
Oh, wow.
Ooh,
Can it be
that's
intimidation
an
with
impressive
strength?
idea. Can I cast Liam and Tiny
17.
17.
and go to sleep?
Very nice.
You could totally use that to trip him.
With that,
I had to get in front of it.
as you said, you have seen people handle the Giralong in passing, and you have an idea of what you're doing. And as you start to do this, you actually see it kind of skid a little bit to a halt and slows down a little bit and is now moving towards you a little bit slower, not quite charging you. Sariel, are you doing anything?
Hunter's Mark one.
Okay. You Hunter's Mark the closest one? Okay. And Silkus, are you doing anything?
Yep. So we are to
You've got basically one action if you want to
Yep.
use it.
We're just to stop these creatures, right?
You've been, as the guys said, just try and subdue the creature.
Subdue.
Creatures.
All right. What are they counted as humanoid?
No. I'll tell you that
I
for an
mean,
absolute fact.
By evolution standpoint, though. Okay.
They're well past that.
All right, subdue. Yeah, sure. Okay. That's cool. What is my? What the fuck do I even have? I'm going to cast Reduce on one of the creatures.
Okay, is that a save?
It is a save. They must make a con saving throw.
Con saving throw.
I'm probably going to break that. It seemed very bulky.
What's the DC?
Never you mind. What is it? Oh, where is the DC here? I think it's 15.
Okay. Well, I rolled an 8.
Nice.
So this front Girolon that is already slowed down in John's presence, you now cast Reduce on it, and it is now half the size.
Nice.
It is now basically as tall as any of you. No taller.
Nice, easy.
And is still lumbering towards you, but now it's very confused as to why you suddenly got bigger.
Yeah. Any item drop.
It just got closer.
Let's see. Everything with wearing and carrying size change with it. It does. I don't have enough information on this one. I'm pretty sure it does 1d4 less damage.
1d4 less damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, and plus a couple of things. Oh, strength and disadvantage on strength checks.
Yeah,
Pretty
cool.
Sure. Yeah.
So, with that, I'd like everyone to roll initiative, please.
Yes! No!
Oh boy. Oh, that's a second.
Wow,
That's a
they
fucking
rolled
second roll.
real fucking bad.
Not bad enough. I'm real committed to this yelling bit.
Yep. Okay. Well,
Just
let's see
you
how
wait.
I go.
Also, apologies for spotting your dice, but yeah.
It doesn't matter. Okay, 25 to 20. 20 to 15.
Oh no.
What was that, Hannah?
17.
17
good.
for Sariel.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rangers go first.
15 to 10.
10.
13 for Silver.
I'm so glad that someone's doing something else.
This is why I just want to point this out. She
Yeah.
does not roll the same as me. You guys just roll shit, so she ends up being after me.
Okay. Ouch.
To be fair, she was only 4 points off you, which I feel like is the furthest you've rolled away from
But
each
if
other.
I do understand
No, that's
how-
not true. I've rolled like a 15 and she's rolled like a 9 and we still ended up right after each other.
But if I do understand how your subclass works, it's good that she has a separate role and different because then
yeah,
you can use
but
reaction
Oscar
based
keeps
on
saying
if
that
you do
me
an
and her
attack.
roll exactly the same and our turns are always right after each other. It is
Yeah.
not the case. You guys just roll shit.
10 to 5.
I always
7.
roll shit. I never roll good. That's my secret. Holy shit.
It's my secret cat. I'm terrible.
5 to 0.
4.
Hey!
Oh, wow.
Single
See?
digits.
See?
Single digits.
You all rolled under 10. Come on.
It's not my fault. Someone put a dice in my head.
That was you.
Oh,
That's a bad idea. Don't do that.
okay.
No.
I'm busy yelling
If
at a
we're gonna put the
Groronid.
dice
No
in
time to
anyone's
fight.
hands, guys,
Okay.
I'm just being.
we're gonna put the dice in anyone's hands. It should be Michael's because he doesn't A, roll it off the tray, or B, roll it absolutely terrible every time and then complain about the dice.
I feel like I'm being attacked.
I feel like
No.
I'm being
Josh.
attacked.
It's not a wait, sorry.
Both of those are apparently about you.
Ah,
I got off
okay.
scot free.
What the
Sariel,
What?
seeing this happen, seeing as
I
you all
haven't
kind of
seen
skid to a
anything.
stop, John starts bellowing and beating his chest, and Stilkus, you watch cast this reduce spell, and the one in front suddenly becomes half its size. The other two behind it, still barreling towards you, now seeing the party, have kind of turned their attention on you. What are you doing?
And they have not had a turn.
They have not had a turn.
I'm sure the one that I hunter's marked, please. And I
Okay.
get advantage because they have not had a turn.
Go for it.
Dirty 20.
Nice, that hits.
Nice. That's good.
Roll your damage.
My damage.
Your damage.
Damage?
I will.
We have
I'm
to
just having
meet you.
issues finding the dice I want.
Oh, you damage? These
9.
gorillas are very
9 damage. Fantastic. Okay.
good.
Tiffany.
Half the time, given, wait, half the time on the way here, I was like,
Are you doing anything else?
Something like that.
You're currently kind of backed up against the shields of the city. You've got nowhere to go backwards, but you have sideways and forwards as well. And it's pretty open here.
Nah, if my back's protected, I'll just stay where I am.
Okay. Sulfur, what is she doing?
How far away are they from it?
The one in front, the small one, the reduced one, is about 40 feet away from you.
I'm pretty sure she has 40 feet of movement. She does.
Indeed.
She gonna bite it.
Okay, she runs out and bites. I have to
DC
make a
11
strength saving throw
saving
if you
throw.
hit.
Is anything within 5 feet?
No.
Like, have I got an ally within 5 feet?
No.
Because how
Can we set
close?
up
How
to
close
that?
is John?
You're all kind of together as a party. So,
I thought he was like up in its face doing weird shit.
no, he ran across into its path and started kind of doing this intimidation tactic, but he's not right up to it.
We'll take 15.
15 hits, so strength saving throw, which is an 18, so that succeeds, but roll your damage.
Yeah. Why do you have that? Is that just an extra
out of the
piece of
truck.
work? Oh, okay. It's like part of the computer that you just.
Plus 2. So
Oh wait, disadvantage.
And I remember this is not part of the
Natural
computer.
20.
Whoa.
How much damage?
6.
6 damage. Okay,
6 damage.
so it did save. I rolled an 18 and then a natural 20 on its
Ooh.
disadvantage saves.
Very nice.
Oh,
I should
is that Sulphur's turn?
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Okay. It is now one of the Gurlong's turns. Not the one in front, but the one next in line, as it were, hasn't hesitated, having seen this whole display, and now charges past, briefly kind of almost clips Sulphur and the reduced Gurlong as it charges past and is going straight
Triggers
for
opportunity,
whoever's in
though?
front, which is you two, and you are closer because you're on
And
the
I'm
right hand side.
shiny.
Did it
So,
trigger
who's
the
going for you?
opportunity attack with Sulphur? If it's gone past her?
Yes, technically. So Sulphur gets an opportunity attack if she would like to take it.
Yes, because if she hits, she can knock it on its ass before it
She
gets
can.
There we go.
I'd like it to,
19.
Hits.
Oh,
like it to
very
get
nice.
knocked over and just like spin into me and knock itself out of
That's
the
a
shit.
13. What was the
You
DC?
just go like this.
11.
Oh. So it does
So
save.
as it runs past, she nips it for 8.
8 damage. Very nice.
That's good.
I've
Well, the
well
max
and
she can
truly
do is like
braced
10.
myself.
So,
Okay. Sulphur nips it as it kind of almost bowls her over running past. But it continues running and then leaps at you, Varamas. And as it does, it is going to take its attacks. I don't have enough d20s.
Well, you're gonna miss, so you don't need them all.
That's d20s, I said.
This gorilla is just gonna hurt itself on me.
Huh.
Do I have another one in there?
I'd like to.
No.
I'd like to wild shape into a porcupine.
Wow, okay. So, first, as it lunges, it's going to try and bite at you. It's essentially just going to try and rip your head off,
It's very angry.
which is a dirty 20 to hit.
Stack. It misses.
Yeah,
Oh,
18.
I'm sorry.
18's the
Okay.
benchmark.
Then, it is going to, with each of its arms, go for swipes at you. Couple punches, couple swipes.
Swipe left.
The first arm, as it comes around, is a 21.
Oh,
The rest of them are an 11, 12, and natural 1.
Oh, it is.
Okay, it doesn't.
So none of
Does
those.
it? No. Does it hurt itself on the natural one? I'd like it to break a couple of fingers.
Yeah, so basically it like claws at you the first 3 and the last one goes for like this uppercut punch and punches you like right in the chest there and just
That's where my armor is strongest.
you hear it kind of withdraw from the hit. But it has hit you with 2.
Count 2.
I'm pretty sure I'm about to be knocked over.
You're not an immovable object yet.
Yet.
You take 10 damage on the bite and 5 damage on the claw that you took.
Oh, by the way, it is the 12th of whatever this month it's meant to be.
Okay.
Sure.
Who made you the calendar god?
Yeah.
Me.
I am not the calendar god. I'm the calendar messenger.
I've already changed it. And she's changed her mind again.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
11th. The message was
As it
40.
does that, it is going to use its bonus action.
Oh, no.
Having punched you and realized that you are solid, It is using its bonus action to get up in your face.
Yeah.
boy.
Okay.
And it is now right there.
yeah.
Which brings us to Silkus. It is your turn.
Alright, so
Yeah.
You're currently holding concentration on reduce on the one that's ahead.
So let me just get straight. So who's so the smaller one?
So the smaller one is up ahead with
Yeah.
sulfur,
Okay.
about 40 feet away from you,
Yeah,
or from
okay.
the party. The other one, the one that just attacked Varamas, charged past it and is now right up in all of your faces.
Okay.
And
cool.
it is not reduced; it is very large.
I'm going to look. I'm going to look at it, and I'm going to be very calm, and say, "It's all right. We're going to get you back to where you were. I know you're just scared." As I cast Hypnotic Glaze.
Hypnotic glaze.
It's not
is
glaze,
this where you
but you know what it
pour
is?
Krispy Kreme glaze all
Yes.
over it?
Yeah.
Yep.
As
So
you know,
hypnotic.
with a lot of sugar,
How
sugar
did they
high
make
habits,
it
it's got to
harder?
drop. Which
So
is
what's
actually
that?
called
Wisdom
gaze.
save? Wisdom save.
Yeah, soft words, chain gaze, wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Oof.
Um,
It sounds like
that
a
is
12.
an 11.
Oh.
Failed. It is now incapacitated.
So what? So it's just straight up incapacitated for how long?
I'll read it.
6.5
Second.
hours.
6.5.
Alright, as an action, choose one creature you can see within 5 feet of you. If the target can see or hear you, it must succeed wisdom saving throw, or be charmed until the end of your next turn. Hold on.
Okay, so
The charmed creature's speed drops to 0, and the creature is incapacitated and visibly dazed. On subsequent turns, you can use your action to maintain this effect, extending this duration until the end of your next turn. However, the effect ends if you move more than 5 feet away from the creature. If the creature can neither see nor hear you, or the creature takes damage once the effect ends, or if the creature succeeds its initial saving throw against the effect, you cannot use this feature until a long rest.
okay, so you can continue to stand next to
And
it
I'll
and just
say
keep it
to
going.
everyone, as you still see it start getting dazed and whatnot, don't attack this one. I got him. He won't attack anyone. And I'm just gonna use my subsequent turns to keep him.
Yeah, so John, you
Yeah.
watching it up in your face,
Yeah.
you see it kind of, like it goes down on all 6 limbs and is
Yeah.
now just like,
Which one?
I'm
Very
just like
confused.
I'm patting its
Yeah.
head. I'm just like
Which one did you say that was? Sorry.
hey,
Which one is that? Sorry.
that is not the reduced one. That's the one that was up in the party's face.
Oh, the one that attacked me.
The one
Yeah.
that attacked Varamas.
Is that the one I have hunters marked or another one?
No, the one you have
just-
hunters marked is the one that's
all we're
reduced
doing is
40
to
feet
fill
away
in
from
them.
you.
We're not really wanting to cause too much damage.
Is that your turn?
That bonus action, I am going to realize that I have no bonus action spells, and
Yeah, it sucks,
actually
doesn't
I have one. Somewhere.
Is it useful?
I mean, is any of my stuff useful? Let's be honest.
No.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I have reaction stuff, so never mind. I'm just gonna keep eye on it and let the others handle the other ones.
Okay, it is its turn, which it can't use.
It can't. Yeah.
So Varamas, it is now your turn.
Actually, just
Ow.
double check if it can make a save.
You alright?
I don't
I got
think it
cramp in
can,
my
actually.
finger.
Oh,
I don't think it makes subsequent check saves.
It's my turn. It's my turn. It's my turn. I
Yeah, you can't.
am going to use my turn.
Yeah, it's just out.
And I am going
One of the
to
coolest abilities with this wizard. I love it.
cast. Fuck it, why not? Spider Climb. I'm joking.
You can't be a spider monkey yet. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
I can.
He can be a monkey. Not a gorilla, a monkey though.
he could, theoretically.
Yeah. Cast that spell.
A
Don't
miniature
Yeah.
gorilla.
Yeah. A baby gorilla.
I would like
Be.
to have a look at the battlefield
Mm-hmm.
and see if I can find a 5-foot wide line, roughly 100-foot long,
That gets
where I
all,
can line up all the monkeys.
all 3, including his, or just 2?
What are you doing?
Oh,
I don't know what.
fuck it,
I don't
but
know.
just 2.
Just
Thank
2.
you.
I don't want to.
You can definitely get 2.
Teammates.
You can definitely get 2, and you definitely couldn't get the 3rd anyway. So you move out away from it. You line up just on the opposite side of that girl to where Sulphur is, which also is in line with the one behind it. It's 100 foot long,
Yeah.
no problem. It's across open grassland, and
Iron Man style.
dexterity saving throw.
Yes, please.
Oh boy.
I'll get my D6s.
It's weird.
Natural 3 and a natural 2.
You know what?
Would you believe it?
Keep
Both
doing that.
the natural 2 passes.
Shit. Wow, your
To dexterity.
druid has problems.
Your saving throw DC is 3, but on the low end.
It's 3 exactly.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I love these dice.
They're
They
very
roll
satisfying to roll.
so well.
Yeah, it was good for Desmond last session.
So that is already 22.
Nice.
30, even.
30 damage on each of them.
What spell
Yeah.
are you doing?
Lightning bolt.
I thought so. Yeah. It's a fun spell. Chain lightning's better. But I like
Zap.
that one.
Bizarre. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna stay. The one up near us. He's not charming. I'm really tired. The one up near us that he's not charming. How's it looking?
So the reduced one.
Yeah.
It is looking. It's doing okay. But it's.
Is your
Not having a
charm
fun time.
effect a concentration spell?
I just have to use.
He is
use my
concentrating on
action every
reduced.
time.
Gotcha.
But I got reduced on the one that's with.
Yeah.
sulfur,
That reduced one's
so
about
it's
to
a cut that
cop.
pop.
Hold on. That reduced one is about to cop.
Is there any guards around? Like anyone rushing towards us? Or is it just us?
There are a lot of people rushing around, but the only guards that you can see are the two that you were talking to, who are just doing their best to usher people into the city behind the shields.
6 points of piercing damage from
Okay.
my things. I thought that was like a flat number. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's my turn.
Awesome. I've realised, by the way, that I switched some turns around. Technically, the last one that went should have been the reduced one, but I'm not going to worry about it. It is now the other one that you hit, the one furthest away from you, is its turn.
We need better terms than just reduced one, not reduced one, and one that's not reduced but it's all the way back there.
Quickly,
The
Glenn.
one,
Glenn,
the
give me a
charmed one, the
description of
reduced
small
one, and the normal one.
Hey?
Give me
Yeah, there we go.
Give me a little quirk of the small one.
It's small.
Good. Work it.
It's small.
Great.
The
I
one
will
that
say-
hasn't been affected, the normal one.
That has a
is
green
going
trail
to-
around its forehead.
Sure.
Done.
The green forehead.
Identification. We got
The
it.
green forehead. It is going to charge kind of in your direction, but it seems to be heading to the side of the party, and it's going to use its full movement to do so. As you watch, it runs past you and John,
Opportunity.
missing you barely, and just slams itself full force into the shield, which you see kind of a ripple effect on the shield as it dissipates the energy,
that's
and it
what's happening.
bounces off the shield.
These are the disposable CGI bad guys from Infinity War.
What?
The creepy
Oh,
creatures.
I was thinking of them like
Yeah,
the zombies from I Am Legend.
I mean, they're kind of the same.
Yeah.
when you
Yeah,
think
okay.
about it.
Yeah, you're not
That's more
wrong.
of an alien
I was
version.
thinking of the
It
zombies
bounces
from
off the
DC.
shield.
Sorry?
Like World War Z.
Oh.
Oh.
You're the ones
I
that make
haven't-
like the big
Or generic
letters.
CGI zombies.
Immediately makes 5 attacks against the shield.
Whoa.
It goes for a bite on it, and then it just pummels it with all 4 arms all at once.
It's a shield, it'll be fine.
You see, with every hit, the shield's dissipating the energy. The shield seems fine, and it is just going at it, trying to get through. And as its turn, John, you're up.
Like,
Okay.
pissing myself.
The guard seemed concerned that this was a real issue, so I'm gonna yell and I'm gonna charge at the one that is wailing on the shield.
Okay.
So, rage, and
Yes.
yeah. Let's see if I do that. That won't do anything. Okay. So yeah, I'll rage, and I will, as I'm running up, I'll like hook the bag of BBs off my belt and flap it round right across their face.
Roll your attack. As you get
How many
close, you
BBs
see
were
there's
in
like a
that bag?
section of its fur that's completely singed off.
Well, it's going to suck when we can never use the BBs again. they might have been useful to trip up enemies or anything, but... Oh.
Only the
all
bag
three
of
things must
BBs.
come
You can
to
still
an
use the ball bearing.
I have
one
some
use
spare
only.
pouches. They'll just be a bit inconvenient.
Pocket BBs. Oh, they're so big.
Pocket BBs.
Yeah, so that's probably a miss
dear.
because that was like a 9.
Yeah, that doesn't hit, unfortunately. Do you still have another attack that you can do though?
I raged, so
Right. So you guys. So
Yep.
that's your turn.
that's my turn. So I
Okay.
am right up in its face.
You go to hit it, and your initial blow just kind of glances off kind of a muscular
Yeah.
and furry part of its torso, and it kind of looks down at you.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Sariel, it is your turn.
Hang on.
Okay.
Okay. The one that's attacking the shield.
Yes.
I would like to cast Frostbite at it.
Okay, go for it.
Sweet.
Okay. Constitution saving throw.
Con save.
Oh yeah, use
go.
frostbite. That's fun.
Ooh.
You have frostbite as well.
That's
God
a
damn.
dirty 20
Have a go.
on the save.
Okay.
Roll a nat 17.
It says on a failed save, the target takes 1d6
that's
cold
just like
damage,
being
but it doesn't
handy
say
back.
what happens if it gets the save.
that means if
Like
it
anything
succeeds, it doesn't
happens.
take damage.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so much
Yeah.
worse. That's
Frostbite's a good spell when it hits.
It is.
Yeah.
It's what actually I'm pretty sure saved you from a crit at one point because it caused disadvantage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's really cool.
I remember.
I'm
That's
never
why I
gonna-
tried
you
it.
actually
No.
So one day.
Is
get
anyone
some
hurt?
chopsticks. Okay.
I don't. Is it? No, I don't
Not
think
yet.
anyone has been
No.
touched yet.
I have.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah.
I got hit,
Oh,
but
you did get
it's
it, yeah.
it's alright.
Are you
I'm fine.
are you in a lot of
He'll shut
pain,
up.
or are you just like ow my boo boo?
No, I've got a fairly steely expression. I'm not bleeding yet.
Then I'm going to move a little bit closer
Yeah.
to the one hitting the shield, but not a lot closer.
Okay, so you're staying how far away from it?
I'm staying out of melee
Alright,
range.
if you ever get
Okay,
So
so
I
you're
don't
about
get
15 feet away
disadvantage
from
with
it.
my bow.
into like a giant
Okay,
worm,
cool.
you weak legs,
Sulfur,
tail legs.
what is she doing? She's up next to the reduced
It
one.
is actually kind of cool.
She can't bite it.
Go for it.
Gonna bite.
Ah.
23.
Can
That
she,
hits.
cause him to...
And it succeeds on its save.
Will save walls that.
I'm rolling 19.
What type?
That's a strength save.
Disadvantage.
Right. 16.
So saves.
I'm doing my
8
best.
damage.
Yep.
8 damage.
Yes.
Okay.
Do I, if Sulfur can come to me, I can give her a little boost in the sense of a spell.
How close are you to the one that's... Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you towards the one
Well, you
that's
could.
attacking the shield.
But you're busy.
I can use, hold my action, but this is a bonus action.
Oh, it's a bonus? Okay.
Yeah, I just remembered I have one.
I'm going to send her towards the the one attacking the shield.
Cool.
But if she is walking past Silkus, she will stop.
Hold a bonus action.
She can't reach. It's more than 40 feet away. However, she can get relatively close, and she will be walking past Stilkus to get there.
Yeah, so stop at Silkus.
Okay. So Sulfur runs back to you. It does get an opportunity attack, the other one. That
Bring
is
it.
15 to hit.
It hits.
Okay, and this is a minus D4.
I got the D4, buddy. I got the D4 right here.
Really?
I mean,
Let
you
him
know,
roll it.
No, I'm happy with him rolling it.
DM, you do the
That's a
rest.
6 minus
Minus any number of these D4.
1. So 5. Sulfur takes 5 damage as she leaves its melee range.
That's good. On one hand, that's good. That's good.
Which brings us to the... I need to label this. Oops. It is your charmed one's turn. It's incapacitated. Silkus,
All right.
it's your turn.
Am use my action to keep this going. However, I do want to yell at any guards and just go. Can you use something to restrain this thing? I've got him right now, but I can't keep him for much longer, given all it's got.
Okay.
And
Give it all it's got, Captain.
it's a captain just over there.
Okay.
And bonus action, I'm just going to where Sulfur goes past. I'm just going to stroke her fur. It's like, come on, time to bring the frost. As I cast Dragon's Breath.
That's not concentration, is it?
It is concentration, so that
Oh,
one
okay.
will
So
go enlarge.
Okay.
However, it's no longer near sulfur, so that's kind of the
Okay,
reason.
cool.
So
that
she's
one's
now
not
going to
reduced.
have basic Dragon Breath. So she can cast a 3d6 as an action
Okay.
to freeze.
So Sulfur now has Dragon Breath.
Hey.
I don't remember how that works.
Can
Yay!
however, can I cast that at a 3rd level?
Sure.
Cool.
So how does that work again?
4d6.
Nice.
So basically, for an action, she can use Dragon Breath to do a 4d6 cone of ice of cold damage.
Sweet. 4d6
Yeah,
position.
because I cast it at 3rd level.
my
So
board.
And it's a
three now,
dex
so.
save against it?
I think it changed. Yeah, it might be a dex change, but I think it changes based on type.
I think it's just Dex.
But it might be just dex. Yeah, I'm thinking just because of Dragon Breath for like they change based on type.
Yeah,
but it'll be dex. It would be dex.
Okay, cool.
We'd know if we could change it because that makes more sense.
Is that your turn?
Wizard. Law Master.
Dead. Okay.
That's your turn.
Yes, that's my turn.
Okay.
Did I get any attention from anyone there?
You're not sure yet. There's a lot of chaos happening, and right now you kind of are all out there on
I'm
your
kind
own.
of like when I yell that and I look back at it, I'm just doing that. I am trembling while
Yeah.
I'm doing this.
It is fucking intimidating. This thing is 3 times your size and built like a brick
Its
shithouse.
mouth is the size of me.
Yeah, it could eat you in one bite if it really wanted to. It is very
It has
intimidating.
no appetite right now, though.
The one that was reduced and is back to normal size is now its turn. It is going to. It is going to kind of very warily shamble up to you all, and it is going to. It hasn't experienced you yet. It is going to attack you.
I'm sure I lightning bolted it,
You lied about the other one, didn't you?
yes.
Oh.
so it has experienced me.
It has experienced you, but not. It doesn't realize.
Just to clarify, there's a reason why he's going for me, because I cause pain.
Wow, I'm rolling natural ones. So many.
I mean, don't stop.
The bite hits you
Oh.
with a natural 19. The natural the 21 hits you, but the rest don't again. So only two out of 5
Yeah,
attacks.
That's very good.
As it is going to
I feel like this is just payback for Thursday.
9 damage on the bite and 10 damage on the swipe with the claw.
I need to talk to you about resistances in my steel form.
Yeah, we do
I
need to
think
talk
that should
about
be
that.
like piercing of anything.
And it is not going to use its bonus action. Varamas, it is your turn.
Okay, well,
So-
it wants to bite me, and then punch me. It's going to experience the full force of.
Oh my fucking god.
Can I cast heat metal on myself and then like gouge its eyes out?
That's actually fucking cool.
I'll allow it.
That's fucking
Heat
cool.
metal's an action, yeah?
Yeah.
Will you take damage, though? I assume it's like a bit of... Yeah, maybe. But like minor anything.
You have to touch for heat metal, right? You have to touch the metal.
Yeah.
No.
Isn't it tough?
You don't?
60 feet.
Oh. That's cool.
I'll allow it,
That's fucking
because
cool.
you can cast and go like that at the same time.
Just on your hands.
Okay.
I think I'm yelling. I'm probably yelling incoherently a bit too much at the moment to point out that these are valuable merchandise, and so we do not want to permanently kill them.
That's, yeah. Hence
Too
why-
bad, it's trying to kill me. Yeah, I guess I'll do that then. Because it sounds cool.
Just...
Oh!
Hold on. He didn't see it, it's fine.
Fuck you.
That's what? It's one Jason.
You cast a heat metal on yourself and you feel your arms heating up.
Ow.
And you go to grab it, and it pulls back, but it sees its fur get singed. As you reach, you like grab tufts of its fur, and it just like burns right through from
It's
your
got bald
hands.
spots.
As it withdraws, it's looking worried
Is it...
I'm
it's got
actually just gonna stay heated up.
because you can do that,
Like,
right?
yeah, my entire body. It's a concentration spell.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see this thing hit me again.
Very hot.
It is the shield, the one that's attacking the shield, is its turn. It is now turning to you,
Yep.
having now that you have approached it, and it is going to take its attacks against you.
Yep.
Starting with bite. The bite misses.
Nice.
2 natural 18s, natural 17,
Oh shit.
which means the lowest of those is 23, and then a 19. Do those hit?
Yes.
Okay. So, all 4, it goes with a bite and you dodge out of the way, and then
Yeah.
it brings all 4 arms around and just starts to pummel you. You take, 20 damage from the first 2 hits.
Oof.
So halved to 10 because it's bludgeoning.
It's got a name. I can't remember what it is. It does have a name.
Or slashing it is. And then you take 7 plus 12 damage, halved to 6 from the second 2 hits.
Yeah.
Okay, that is its turn. Is now your turn, John. Having
Yeah.
this having just happened to you.
It's like I'm just yelling up in its face. Ah, it's on. Like trying to like get another big swing at it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Big swings. Low numbers. I
That wasn't.
said no low
It
numbers.
was 14.
Just hits.
Oh,
Can I suggest maybe not rolling to hit your book?
No,
I've
it's
seen
the best-
the book ruin your roll. Like ruin the just. I don't know.
Yeah, the
I've
table
seen
would
that.
ruin it more.
That's how you.
I shouldn't
that's how
judge
you're
on
meant
who
to roll.
No, you
dice.
shouldn't.
No.
18 damage.
18 damage.
Oh,
God damn.
Shiza.
That's a lot of damage.
That's obscene. That's a lot of nuts.
Why do I
Okay.
And
feel like
I'm-
that's from Kung Pao into the first?
And I'm gonna try and grapple it.
Oh, I love that.
That's
movie.
It is.
All I remember
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
is
Yeah,
the
you can
baby
do that.
rolling.
Yeah.
Because you're
And
tavern
him
roller.
fighting
Yeah.
a big,
So cute.
Which is contested. Yeah.
Yeah.
and him fighting a cow.
Yeah.
They're my
It
favorite
rolled.
tidbits.
It rolled a 12.
My favorite part. Is
26.
26. Good God. Yeah. So you you take your first hit. What are you hitting it with? The ball bearings?
Still the bag.
The bag of ball bearings. You smack it with a bag of ball bearings.
Like
Just
a
like
sock.
uppercut. Just
Like a sock full of rocks.
exactly straight across the jaw. And then as it's recoiling, you like grab onto its neck and like clamber up on top of it so that
Yeah.
it's like struggling to get you.
Yeah.
That is your turn.
Yeah.
I never
Silkus, you are holding. You're like shouting out for guards.
Is that just like a persuaded guys to go down?
You're shouting out for guards and looking around trying to find. You can't see any guards, but as you do, you look up and you see 5.
Eagles.
No, 5 of these legless dragons with riders, armored riders on top in formation, shoot out from the shields and begin circling around you up above. Now, Sariel, it is your turn.
I'm gonna shoot the one that I hunter's marked.
Go for it. That's the one that's now right up in the party's face.
19.
19 hits. Roll your damage.
13.
13 damage. Very nice. Okay. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Sulfur is up.
Nice.
She is standing pretty close to it, but for reference, there is not really a cone that she can get for that one.
Well, I mean, she's gonna go for one that doesn't necessarily mean she's gonna hit her friends. Because I mean, she's had the breath weapon before, right? She knows how the cone works.
Yeah, so she's going to go for the shield one then, because John is currently on it, but she's able to get a kind of
A cone
area of
that
attack on that and
During
doesn't
the,
hit anyone.
During the ship ride,
So she runs
Silkus
out.
tried just to
What
show
do I
herself
do? I have
out
to
what
roll an
cone
attack for
is.
that?
Hey?
I do, right? I have to roll an attack for that, right?
Yeah, is Dragon's Breath an attack or a save?
It's a
Saving throw.
Oh, saving throw. So yes,
It is a saving throw. So that is...
it is Dex,
Dex saving throw?
and I
That is a
assume
10,
it's mine.
so
it
it
would
is
be
yours.
mine. So 15.
10. So it fails the saving throw, which means 4d...
46.
46 cold damage.
Yeah.
46 cold damage. That's amazing.
15.
15...
Yes, it is.
More...
3
Why did
4s and a 1.
Use a
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, what? 3 4s and a 1.
Could I
That's
roll?
13.
Considering it's my spell.
Yeah, sorry, dude.
Next time I probably should roll.
You realise that is
she
above
rolls.
average, right?
58.
Or like about average.
Yeah. That shut
Never
you up.
mind.
That shut you right up. I've
Okay,
never seen you
3 2s and a
being
1.
its turn. Doesn't get one.
I'm
It's
Silkus.
incapacitated.
Thank
its
you.
turn.
Your turn, Silkus.
Thank you. I am going to continue using my action to keep that gaze going.
Yep.
And as I do see them, I'm just like, I'll just yell out, like, it probably goes without saying, but I can only keep him like this as long as you don't cause any damage to him. As long as you don't hurt him.
Okay, you shout that up at them.
Yeah.
Cool.
To kind of persuasion to them. Yeah, a bit of persuading.
You shout that up to them.
Give me the fucking roll.
Is that your turn?
Yeah.
You
That's
want to
right.
roll for that? I can make you roll
I
for
mean,
that. Have fun with rolling a
it's
nat
my
1 on something I was happy to give you.
I'm just saying, it feels good to
Is that your
roll,
turn?
use my
I
abilities.
think you
Yes,
already
that's
won.
Okay.
The one that was just attacking you,
It's still attacking me.
no. Having had this happen to it with its fur being singed, come up and seeing everything that's going on, seeing its mate standing there completely incapacitated, looking into Silkus's eyes, and the other one just being wailed on, is going to turn and run. So you get an opportunity attack if you'd like to take it.
I don't, because I use my reaction on my turn.
Okay. It is going to turn and run, and you watch as it kind of bends over, lands on all 6, and then starts charging off back in the way it came. As it gets about 30 feet away from you, you watch one of the dragon riders swoop down, just split off from the group, and you watch him throw like a handful of small beads. You watch as each of them impacts the ground or the Giralon itself, and just small like bursts of umbra. And with one of them, it just collapses and kind of rolls into the dust forwards and is now
my God.
immobile.
Is that my one?
No, that's the one that was just
causing
attacking
damage?
Baramas.
Okay. I thought like handful of
Are
grenades for some
these,
reason.
are these the
Just
things out of Guardians 2 that Rocket like chucks on each person and electrocutes them?
No,
Oh,
no, they're not. Okay.
Josh, why are
Which
you
brings us
holding
to
things like chopsticks?
to catch a fly.
He is
No
the
further
Karate Kid.
yeah.
That movie was made
Baramas,
about
it is your
him.
turn.
I studied.
All
Silkus
right.
still has the one that's next to you,
Studying
immobile, and the only other one is on the other side of Silkus, and that one at the shields, currently being taken care of by Sulfur and John.
Yeah, I think I'll head up to that one.
Okay, so you run over there. What are you doing with it?
As it goes to land a punch. Oh my god!
Oh my god! I almost got him like twice.
As it goes to land a punch, that's gonna end well.
Really fucking well.
On
as
it,
it
I just want to
flies.
like put my hand, red hot hand, right in front, right in the path of the punch.
Okay, roll your attack.
This is a standoff apparently.
No, I don't see you as a Karate Kid so much as like a Pilates adolescent.
Oh come on!
Hey, it's more than what I'll take it. So I'll
Oh,
take
was
it.
that that
I'll
one?
take it.
How do you do this? Oh man. As John's like wrestling this thing, it is just spinning around trying to get John off its back.
Yeah.
And you like go to like, grab it and it just
Yeah.
like spins
You're right.
out of the way.
I
Not
expect
even
it.
intentionally, just is like
Was that
bouncing
my-
off the shield. And
that
Shit,
my
no, it's
action?
having an energy drink.
yeah, that would be
Fuck.
action.
It's having an energy drink. This is gonna be bad.
Please don't encourage it. What do you've got? Still got bonus action and some movement left, like 10 feet or 5 feet of movement left. Oh my god.
You're going to stab Glenn.
I mean, that's the
Okay.
best. That's like the best outcome of this one, honestly.
It's behind
Just
my
leave
back.
it be.
No, I can't.
Bonus action, eh?
No.
Bonus action B.
We're horrible.
Yeah, you are.
I said we.
Yeah, you are.
Include. I'll stay. God damn it.
Yeah, you are.
God damn it. I don't want to feel alone in this.
Just wanna. I think I'm just gonna. For my bonus action, I just like to slap it right on the ass.
Oh fuck.
Red hot metal hand.
It
by the
goes,
way.
Good hustle. Good
With-
hustle.
with
I'd
John-
like to do that and give like disadvantage to its attacks against the shield or
It's
something
like,
like that.
it's like, yeah, good hustle.
Roll an
good hustle.
intimidation check using your attack modifier.
Oh god.
Oh boy. Oh boy. 15. It's not +8. It's probably like
6.
What?
So
13.
13.
Okay,
Wow,
just hits.
very aggressive slap of the fuck.
You throw it off just enough to get disadvantage on its next attempt. I'll allow it.
There you go.
It is now
That's
its
good.
turn.
Oh boy.
It is going to try and break free of your grapple.
Yeah.
It has disadvantage on this because
Yeah, good
Larimer's poked him in the butthole. I roll a nat 20 and a nat 4.
I didn't poke it with
Look, all I want to say is keep it going.
I melted. them together.
That's an 8.
24.
Oh jeez.
You
It does not manage.
You welded those butt cheeks.
It does not manage to get out of your grapple.
Yeah.
And now it is just flailing wildly.
You know
I'm going to say it's big enough. I know that your grapple rules say differently, but it is big enough that it is going to start moving half speed away from you all.
That seems fair.
And so it's like, with you still on it, it's
Yeah.
just now just
Oh,
wheeling and
I
leaving.
could just
Yeah,
picture he's holding around the foot and just
Reaction.
Take a reaction hit?
Yeah.
Go for it. Opportunity attack.
You know what's the worst thing about his low rolls? Next session.
Sulfur also gets an opportunity attack if she'd like to take it.
We're gonna regret it.
2.
2.
No, I don't know. That's a 7.
2
What are you
piercing.
hitting it with?
The coronal thingies.
Okay, cool.
I was supposed to use on my turn. But I
Okay.
forgot.
Okay.
I was more focused on slapping the scene.
I thought it wasn't. It was a flat. Oh, you don't have the updated one. It was a flat druid level.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
5.
So it's 10.
What the fudge?
Because I'm in steel mode, which doubles it.
Right.
You're in Chazzy mode.
There we go.
You're a
And as so it's now starting to run away.
Yeah.
And it gets you about 20 feet away from the rest. Is Sulfur taking opportunity attack?
Yeah, sure.
Roll it. Roll it. Roll it.
22.
22 hits.
European, it's
Roll the
rolling.
damage,
She's
and
done.
also
Is
it's
it-
going to bite and stop.
it saves again.
Just no.
Am I doing just a bite, or is she still using the breath?
She can't use the spell as a
I
reaction.
think I should have just kept that in large going. Ah well.
8.
8 more damage.
Live and learn.
Okay.
Oh, we don't want to
Um,
kill them. The good.
John, you are on
The
its
goods.
back.
Yeah.
What are you doing as it is now running away? It's 20 feet away from everyone else.
So I'm going to, I think
It's still like trying to get you off.
Yeah.
But
Get it
So-
off. Get it off.
I think what I'm going to try and do is I want the riders to have a clean shot at this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to get a fistful of like fur around its neck in both hands and like swing off down onto the ground and basically just holding onto its head so I can
Suplexing
more
it.
easily like dodge out of the way and then it tries to bite me and stuff.
That's cool.
Okay.
So
Still
I'm
keeping the
gonna
grapple going.
I'm gonna continue grappling it, flip off so that I've got my feet on the ground, even if it's still sort of dragging me along a bit, and I'm gonna dodge.
Okay. You take the dodge action.
No.
And I'm also gonna do my fighter Healy thing, which I've forgotten the name of.
Second win.
Second win.
Second
Haha.
Are you using
Someone like you to
I'm,
forget
I'm
anything.
shocked.
Yeah.
Michael forgot the name for something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Hey,
Someone
stop
Just because you forgot the name
Is
doesn't mean you
everybody
forgot how it
tired right
Stop
now?
functions.
taking my role. I'm the
Wait,
forgetful one.
fighter?
Is
Yeah,
everybody
wait, where
tired
have
right
you
now?
been?
Clearly not here.
You're a different character now.
Oh shit!
That's your turn?
Yep.
Okay. At the top of the initiative order, now that it's 20 or so feet away, as you're wheeling it away, one of the dragon riders swoops down again, a different one this
Yeah.
time, leaving formation.
Caw, caw,
And you watch, because you've got a good view of it now.
Yeah.
You watch as they take out a handful of these pellets from a bag that they have on
Yeah.
their
Just
side
thinking of the dragon,
and
like-
lob it down at you. I would like you to make 5 wisdom saving throws, please.
Oh shit.
You can do it. Who? Me? Him?
John.
Yeah.
You can do it. I,
I
believe
believe
in
in
you.
I already got a Coke, so. Without a
Just to be
20.
clear, how many things are we fighting right now?
3.
Two.
Well, 2 technically.
One, technically.
One
We're not
technically,
fighting
yeah.
yours.
What's the
Zero, technically, because this one's running away.
So that's
Wait, what happened to the second one?
Crit fail.
Shit.
We're just being
I
a pack
assume
of
I don't need to
murderers
do
at
the
this
rest.
point.
No, you don't. DC was 16.
Yeah.
As you see the beads hit the ground
Yeah.
and burst, and you just suddenly feel yourself go paralyzed. You fall off,
Yeah.
immediately fail dex saving throw, and
Yep.
take
630 points of damage.
you only take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as you hit the deck and slide a little bit, and the girl on itself falls on you, dealing another 5 points of damage as it just lands on you, skids a little bit, and ends up just above your head on the ground.
Yeah.
With the both of you paralyzed. The last one, as the Dragon Rider does this, he calls down to you and says, "Release it, it will run, we'll get it." And that's it. That's their turn. Sariel, it's your turn. The only one left that's not incapacitated is the one that's, or the only one left standing is the one that Silkus has hypnotized.
And if we hit it, it breaks the hypnotism?
According to Silkus, yes.
I'm gonna hit it then.
Okay, roll a
I
hit
don't want to damage it.
with
I do.
advantage because it's incapacitated.
Not letting you get these as pets.
I don't want this as a pet. I want to cast jump on it.
18.
18 hits.
I
Roll
don't
your damage.
understand your line of thought there.
There is none. Besides, it's just funny.
12.
12 damage. Okay.
It's free now.
Sorry, you free it. Silkus, you feel your hold on it go.
Oh fuck! I'm gonna
It
get it.
it sees the situation. It's been watching the situation the whole time, but it hasn't had an opportunity to really do anything.
I'm gonna fill it.
And
Shit.
it is Sulphur's turn. Unless Sariel, you have something else you want to do.
Not really.
So just a quick question, Josh. Did you hear what Oscar said that the
Yes,
people flying
yes.
above you called
But
out?
it won't. It goes before me.
I believe the phrasing was, "It will run."
I'm in front of it. A stampede can happen here.
So what's Sulphur doing?
It's very large.
Is she close to anything?
She's back at the shields, but she's within distance of the rest of the party and this one that has just been shot by you.
I guess she'll try and bite that one.
Okay.
Or breath weapon it?
She can't do that without getting party members.
Okay, well, no, then she'll just bite it.
Okay, go for the bite.
Oh boy.
Is anyone within 5 feet for her to get
Yes.
back tactic?
Yes.
Oh, also me.
Yeah, 1, 2. Not 3.
17.
Yeah, hits.
He was so shocked by that roll.
Does it fall on its ass?
It falls on its ass.
Oh, thank God.
4 damage.
4 damage. Okay.
Gets up, freezes, and immediately has to sit down.
It is
Josh,
now.
your I want to keep it alive, I want to keep it alive just made me roll 2 1s plus 2.
It's
I'm just.
That's on you.
Sulphur runs
my
up and
bad.
bites his ankles, and it like trips as it's wheeling. It is going to take a bite against you, a claw against Sulphur,
Oof.
and a claw against you.
Yeah, good luck. I'm really
God,
hot.
See, this is
And also,
The bite
glowing
against
white
Silkus, Varamas, Sulphur.
Well, what's the roll?
Silkus, that is an 18 to hit.
Okay.
Varamas, that's a 14 to hit, and
Does
Sulphur,
not.
that's a 12 to hit.
Yeah, I got nothing for that one. I would have hit even if I had cost.
Does a 12 hit Sulphur?
Oh,
Yeah,
12.
no.
hits.
No? Okay.
Yeah.
So the bite against you, Silkus,
Yep.
does connect as it's panicking and it's starting to wheel backwards. You're in front of it and it just goes, hum, and goes to get you out of its way.
I'm like this.
It deals 6 points of piercing damage
No,
as it
that's
bites
like
into you,
most of my
releasing
Sorry, I
you and
keep
then
thinking-
immediately running off.
I keep thinking I'm Leilana, so Sulphur is not a name that's registering.
You get, all 3 of you get a melee opportunity attack if you'd like.
Not taking it.
Does it take damage from trying to hit at me?
No, it didn't crit fail that badly.
Oh. Oh.
Is Sulphur taking opportunity attack?
Sure.
As it's
Roll the
running
attack.
away, she should totally be able to cut breath weapon
14.
it.
14 hits.
Let's not cause any more injury.
But I
4.
want to.
4 damage.
Wow.
Okay.
Does she get knocked-
It
does
gets
she
about 20 feet away,
Druid.
and that is its turn. Silkus, it is now your turn.
I am going to win some pain. As an action. Yeah, just
I'm
on the
going to be in
ground.
pain as an action.
I'm going to. I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts,
Okay.
and I'm going to pierce in its mind to see memories of how it escaped. That's my objective. So let's just word it.
Hold on a second.
Let's just word what this is. I'll explain what this spell does. I mean, you already kind of know, but there's more to it, I guess.
I assume what Oscar is looking up is whether it needs to have an intelligence of 3 or higher.
If you choose a challenge of 3, yeah, that's a good point. I guess I wouldn't know really.
How it escaped. Clearly, Sombra released it from its prison. It went after the
It has an intelligence higher than 3,
Oh, perfect.
but it doesn't speak any languages.
Hold on. Oh, it doesn't. The creature is unaffected. Oh, that's interesting.
Oh.
Fair enough,
So
then.
it is unaffected by Detect Thoughts.
So have I used the
So
spell
you
then?
will never know.
You had to use it to find out, yes.
You'll never know
Um,
his true allegiance to the Overwatch.
So you use the
just
spell
wants to get back
slot
to
and
his
you use the
watchtower,
spell.
that's
It grasps its mind for a second. You don't get anything out of it. You just get complete incomprehension.
No
And
images.
the spell fades.
Yeah, sure.
You hear from its head the vague sound of
I'm gonna book it.
Towards it.
Yes, absolutely. Book.
What do you? It's running away currently.
Is it as? Oh, it ran. Yeah, I'm gonna run back away from it. I'm getting away from all of this right now.
Okay, you depart from the party,
Yeah.
right?
I
You're
don't
about
want
30
to-
feet.
I'm getting out
in
of
the opposite
any
direction.
chance for injury.
I don't
that's
want
all.
gorilla murder on my hands.
Not today.
Not again.
Laramas,
Tomorrow.
your turn.
Well,
Well, it's leaving. Are we out of combat?
If anyone has anything else they would like to do,
oh,
You are not out of
actually.
combat?
Could I say on my turn I dispelled Dragon's Breath?
yeah, okay.
I don't
Does anyone have any other attacks they would like to make?
So I'm
That you are out of combat?
I
I'm
made no
fully
attack.
conscious, by the way, right?
Fully conscious, but
Okay.
paralyzed.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
As
Yeah.
Oh,
thought you
you
had
watch
zero or
another,
something.
Yeah,
you watch
I'm-
another one of the Dragon Riders break off from a formation, throw down a handful of beads, and you watch
I have
as the Geralong falters for a second, but then keeps running. At this, you see the remaining 2 Dragon Riders both head out towards it,
Can I cast
and they
sleep?
both
No.
throw down the beads at the same time. And immediately upon doing that, it's gotten about 80 feet from you at this point as they've pursued it out, and you see it tumble and skid in the dirt.
Hannah.
Huh?
I've got something I want to do.
Yes.
I want to walk up to John and use Lesser Restoration.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
As this all happens, you're hearing this happening, staring up into the sky.
I
see.
can see out. I imagine I was like completely covered.
No, I mean
Yeah.
it's like it hit you and it rolled
Okay.
over you, but it's
Yeah,
off
I
you
see.
now.
Yeah.
You're like staring up into the sky, hearing
man.
all of this happen, and suddenly you see Sariel's face poke up, and she leans down and touches you, and you are
Wait.
no longer
Yeah.
Why is
paralyzed.
this guy?
Oh.
I'm gonna like grab, like put my hand out to like pull you off the ground.
Yeah, I'll take it and come up. Thanks for that.
Louis, no.
I will drop heat metal
You
and
looking up at the sky
my
saw
metal.
his whole plot point. Big plot point in the sky. Like, never mind.
With that, I got the fly.
Yeah.
We are going to go to break.
What the fuck?
I'd like to also point
You don't
out
have chopsticks.
you now also all level up.
Hold on. What? Can I get chopsticks?
Yes, level 6.
We will be back shortly for the mid-show after-show game show.
Fuck.
Hosted by Glenn himself.
God.
In the meantime, feel free to go get a drink, go to the toilet, do what you need to do, and we will be back shortly. So
Just a little quick.
yeah, see you soon, guys.
This is where I have the
Dude.
fun trying to remember how many spell slots I have.
What the fuck is happening?
That's a good question.
That is happening.
Jack, please tell me.
On break. Hello, everybody. Oh, it's you. Hello, everybody.
Hey.
I have assumed direct control. My name is not Oscar, but welcome to the mid-show, after-show game show. Now, for this one, Hannah, you can open that file now. We are playing a little game that I was so heavily influenced, I'm blatantly stealing from College Humor. It is called Breaking News. In this game, you guys all have a script in front of you that you have not seen yet. You have no idea what the content is, and you guys are basically going to be presenting the news. Hannah, don't read it yet. Don't read it yet.
Oh no.
If you smile, laugh, or look at me with a look that I deem says, fucking really?
Do I lose? Because I already laughed?
You have lost a point already.
Yes. Not me for once.
So,
I read my first long one.
If I'm to understand correctly, we are professional newsreaders
You are
and
professional
must read the
newsreaders.
news as stated on the
Professionally.
teleprompter.
so if you
I feel like
smile,
Michael is going to fucking win this.
if you smile or laugh during any point during this news presentation, you will lose a point. At the end, I will reveal who has lost the most points and who the winner of Breaking News is. Okay? Are you all ready?
I want to point out it's really hard for me to look at you with any particular expression because to me you're like a really tiny spot on the screen.
I'm okay with that. I can still see you though, so.
Okay.
All right. So.
I mean, I might be looking at Oscar with venom daggers and you might think it's you, you know.
That's all right.
Just saying.
Everyone, turn over your scripts and let's start the news report.
Hello and welcome to the Nightly Genevoan Live Expose News Network. My name is Oscar and I am joined tonight by my co-anchor Tasha.
Yes, that's right. My name is Tasha. How did you know?
I read it in an ancient tome several eons ago and I've never been able to forget it since.
Terrifying stuff. Our top story tonight, a group of mass murderers have just escaped conviction by fleeing to another country. Another country? For more information, we go to our field reporter over in Yon's Axel District. Axel District.
Thank you, Tasha. I'm Axel District, reporting from Yon's Axel District. I've got to tell you, it's good to be here.
Axel, were you named after the Axel District or was it named after you?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I would. Please tell me now.
No, I don't think I will.
Axel, please tell me about the murderers escaping.
Ah, yes, of course. They arrived in town a few weeks ago looking for batteries, and then they killed a beloved children's book character before they returned to town. Apparently, they received a reward, bummed around town for a week, and then when another children's book character rode through the town, one attempted to go after that one as well.
Wow, it seems like they have incredibly poor judgment and are not heroes at all.
Indeed they do. It was said that the second victim of these monsters was merely trying to take one of their accomplices into custody.
So they were attacking a lawman?
It seems that way.
Axel, for a lawman, there seems to be a lot of collateral damage and dead bodies strewn about town.
Can't crack an omelette without breaking a few eggs.
Wow. What a shocking grasp of a terrible news subject.
Axel, did the Mestrial have anything to say about the murderer's escape?
That's how you spell
We spoke to the Mr. Yell earlier today, and her exact words were, "What the hell are you talking about? We have an emergency situation over here. We were just attacked. Get out of here, you're in the way."
Did you leave?
Not by choice.
And now we head on over to sports with our sports with our
A piece of rice went down
with
my
our
throat
sports reporter
proudly.
Kraken with.
Please, crack on.
Crack on with the news. Crack on.
Yes,
Oh my God.
thank you.
Does it count if
Thank you,
Glenn's
Sylvester.
laughing? Because I can't look up.
Now, it was an exciting day for the Chimerian Football Association today, as a dragon joined their team.
Oh wow, tell us more about this dragon.
The dragon, who was once known as Toothless, now goes by Uncas, Destroyer of Peace. His hobbies include
Sorry.
His hobbies include eating adventurers and getting giant pedicures.
Have you had a chance to speak with Uncas, Destroyer of Peace, since he's joining?
Oh, yes, I have. In the post-training interview, I asked him what his motivation behind joining the team was, and he responded with, "Gold! Lots of gold! My addiction is becoming a problem. Please stop me before I kill again."
Truly heartwarming stuff. It's stories like that which remind you that life ends at 30. And we might as well not try. Because the dragon is playing sport against people now.
Before we go, I'd like to issue a follow-up from our last story 2 nights ago. I accidentally gave the wrong impression when discussing the gibbering mouther, and I'd like to correct that impression now.
So lifelike. And finally, we need to figure out who's getting fired tonight. For that, we go over to our producer, Shambling Mound. Shambling Mound?
Thank you to you too, Tasha. Tonight, I have the dubious honour of awarding Oscar with this unemployment notice. Clean out your desk. I dropped chicken in there last week and it smells. Thank you for joining us on Breaking News. Good night.
I love
Thank
that
you.
Oscar really could not get past Michael's character.
Crack on with it.
Okay, you have me.
I could not get that.
Like, the reason I laughed at the start was because I read they murdered a beloved children's book character. I was just like, wait, what now?
You almost had me when Hannah's like, "Thank you, Tasha. I'm Axel District." Those fucking jokes get me half the time.
Yeah.
You almost got me. I think I did pretty well, though. I think I did pretty well.
It took me so long to realise what you were saying. Over Yon's Axel District, Axel District, Axel District. And you're having so much trouble with that.
For more information, we go to our field reporter over in Yon's Axel District. Axel District. Axel District. I just wanted to see how many times I could fit Axel District into that sentence and have it make sense. Turns out the answer is 0 times.
My favourite was crack
No,
on
I mean,
with
it
the
makes
news.
sense because you're saying we're going to the person at the place. Hey, person.
Yeah.
Hey, person.
That's basically
I
it.
just read straight through it.
Michael?
Yep.
You did not crack at all.
Yeah.
I was very impressed.
I cracked.
I was
how many?
expecting...
Twice.
I
I
was
think like 3 times.
kind of expecting when you melted down, I was expecting you to at least chuckle.
Michael
But
is...
you stayed completely heartless the entire read. You apparently don't find me funny at all. I'm gonna have to take this back to the writing board.
What can I say? I guess I'm a professional.
Oh, I
That you
said-
are.
Can we make this a regular thing?
I
I feel like
fucking-
maybe...
It's so hard to write.
I think I want to write the next one.
Okay.
It's just I'm pretty sure I broke because he broke or Hannah broke. Yeah, first one was when Hannah broke, and I'm just like, okay, fuck. Other than that,
fun.
it wasn't
If
your
I
script.
had, if I was the one that had to say crack on with the news, I would have literally wet my pants because I did not get up and go to the bathroom during break. I've made my character the right level instead.
Okay, well, you should probably go now then.
Yeah, go do that. We'll talk for like a short period of time and then we'll get back into it. So
Any questions? Seeing as we...
Do you have any questions about that?
And more importantly, an apology.
Yes, we'd like to apologise to everyone's families.
To
Everyone's.
all that was lost in Yon, we apologize
Oh
for
my
making
God.
light of your atrocity.
It was truly, truly sad. Oh. Does anyone have any questions for chat break?
Yeah, if we got questions,
yeah,
please. We
I
thought
haven't
I
got
should
the
mention
thing up
that.
and
but-
stuff. Glenn, I like you in Oscar's spot better. Stay there.
All right.
Oh, please, no. You don't know what you're... We have him in that spot on a Thursday.
I almost killed them.
We
That
are...
was fun.
And my character has
I'm pretty much
153 max HP. I ended up on less than 30.
I have five sorcerer points and 4 monk points, and I've got only 1 monk point left. And I did practically nothing else. That
Sounds like you were really key to that fight.
Just for that, I'm taking 10 HP.
I was the sorcerer of healing in that.
I was really worried you were taking 10 HP off of me in this campaign. I was
Like, please,
wait,
yeah, I
wait.
can change. I promise.
I was like, what the fuck am I worried about?
Well, 10 points got taken away. Yeah, if you have any
Holy
questions about characters, whatnot, bullshit. by
Yeah,
all means,
put
we've got
them
a few
in.
minutes before we continue.
I'm just coming down off of the high of crack on with the
Crack on.
news.
Crack
Crackle with the news was great.
That was pretty good.
I hit that. I hit that and I was perfectly fine. And I hit that and I was just. That was me. I was gone.
I can't wait for you to write one and for me to have to suffer.
I'm gonna have some fucking fun with that.
So you ended on -7. Hannah ended on -6.
Ooh.
I ended on -3. I bet 3. I hope 3.
2.
Credit you to
Hey,
using
cool.
cell text.
I mean, I've learned since we did the cat skit all those years ago.
You've learned that I'm not funny.
Well, that was in the beginning.
Yeah, well.
15 years ago.
Oh my god. I laughed so much I'm tired now.
He's going to go for a nap.
Yeah, I'll be back soon, guys.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what you do. Doesn't even have to be D&D related, but it's more fun.
Oh
if
no,
it
it's
is.
going to be the Genovo news again.
Okay, did you
Genevoa
notice the
News.
thing about the Genevoa and Live Expose News Network?
Glenn.
Yep.
I think, honestly,
To the
I'm
nightly
very proud of
Glenn.
that.
I tell you one thing that does help. Slightly distracting yourself when you're reading. It helps a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
I was just I did it by I didn't pay attention to what I was reading. I was just reading the words and saying them. But crack on just got me. I couldn't get past crack on.
I did, like,
I took some inspiration from Colin Mockery there.
Did
Colin
you?
Yeah.
Mockery.
Hi. Hello and welcome to the news. I'm Thor but not complaining.
What's one of my face like? He's like, they asked like his superhero name. Captain Bold. What's his nemesis? Hair growth tonic. Because he's and Colin's just like looking at the crowd and like, who said that? It actually wouldn't move forward. Wade just like holding him back.
Oh, pardon me.
Pardon?
In tragic news today, Plastex, the amazing plastic man, died tragically as he sat on a radiator and made a complete fool of himself.
That's horrible.
I love shit like that. I love news that's just bad. I don't like bad news, but I love news that's presented badly, so I love the
Oh.
project.
Yeah.
I saw you going there. Had to meet you.
I was going for Channel 9, but yeah. Pretty much anything on TV today.
Channel 9 isn't news.
Yeah, what the fuck?
that's for sure.
Two thirds of Channel 9's programming is The Bachelor, and then the other third is reporting about The Bachelor.
I
not
mean,
He's not
they
wrong.
have a space for Love Island at least.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shit,
cool.
and I forgot about The Block.
Don't forget about the block.
Trust me, a lot of the viewers have too.
It doesn't surprise me. It's been going for 21 seasons.
21 too many.
Alright, shall I compile everyone's scripts together?
Are you going to assume
Please,
direct
compile.
control?
I'm going to assume direct control again.
Mix them all into one singular mega script.
Yeah, it's fine. It's easy to figure back out again.
That was fun.
That was pretty good. That was different. I like that.
Woo! Hoo-ha, hoo-ha-ha.
I gotta start checking out what's on duration. I gotta full can.
I actually have tears in my eyeballs.
So did we
this
get
is
any questions?
And this is yours.
Oh, thanks.
I don't think we did.
Alright, cool.
Yep. Oscar is apparently. Who's in chat?
Crew's
Crucifix?
arch nemesis.
So
Whether or
you-
not he's a main DM doesn't matter. Glenn's automatically his favourite because it's not the other crew. It's not crew and crew pitted against each other.
Woo! Fair.
I like being the favourite. Feels good.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I have a question. Hey, Josh.
Hey,
So Silkus can choose to have any animal as a mount. Which does he pick?
amount?
Yep.
Any animal. Animal or any monster.
Any creature. You're not
Creature.
allowed to sell it.
So because you got
Like
any
you have
creature
to
as a
actually use
mount.
it as a mount.
Oh, I'm not sure. I want to say it'd be something flying. Definitely a flying creature, and it's got to be ice related, or cold related at least. Flying penguin. Don't know.
Quack, 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 quack.
It's a pingu.
That was
No,
an impression I was never expecting from you.
I feel like the true pingu is kind of almost more guttural, like
Fucking like
Full on mic.
compilation
let's
video
stop this.
of like just every.
You're not picking?
in one
Anyway,
of-
apologies, listeners, and also sorry, Hannah.
3, 2.
I want to
One.
say a. No, I don't know.
Zero.
I don't know what creatures.
Okay.
I'm trying to think.
Back to the news.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Sounds like I had
back
an
to
extra
that.
script the whole time. So, Calamity Hunters. You have approached the city of Grodalia, spoken to the guards in an attempt to get through and explain the purpose of your visit, but were interrupted by 3 rampaging Gurulon that have left a wake of destruction, and in the panic, the guard asked you all to,
What
if
is
you could
the
do
spelling
anything,
for that?
please help subdue it.
Sorry?
What's the spelling for the creature?
Gurulon, Girallon.
Okay.
Um,
I was hearing you say gorilla on. Sorry.
definitely
it's kind of close.
But penguin for the bird bit.
The guards asked if you could do anything to try and help subdue the creatures, which you did. You rushed to the aid of the town, of the city. Through some creative use of abilities and spells, you managed to get them low enough on HP or scare them off in such a way that allowed the dragon riders to come out in their formation and finish the job. Now, they have dismounted their limbless dragons floating around above them while they do essentially the first responders' job with the area. They are making sure no one's hurt. They are running around just trying to get the situation sorted, and you start to see a bunch of official-looking people sprinting out from the gates or from the entrance to the city with various pieces of equipment. Looks like some restraint devices and things that you were assuming are meant to be able to get the Gurulon back to their enclosure.
Yeah.
Now, standing here, the fight over and having all leveled up,
Yay!
what would the Calamity Hunters like to do?
Short rest.
Like,
Is
say
it,
that, but also like, I don't know. I actually imagine it actually makes a lot of sense to just like sit down on the grass a bit out of everyone's way and just catch our breath.
I'm just like
partly because I just like, I don't know, want to. It's just like, yes, I want to, as they say, rub a neck.
Silka's just like, I love this town. It's something nice. I like it. As he looks as the beast go by, it's like, I like this town. So everyone all right?
Good to
Everything okay? You're
Bit banged up, but overall okay.
that's good. You okay there, Cyril?
Oh, I guess. Yeah, I could use sort of 5-10 minutes if you don't mind.
No, absolutely. Is there any these
It's
riders
like
still
a
around?
big open cross.
Yeah, the dragon riders that you've seen are all of their dragons are just circling overhead, and they are all on the ground dealing with the Guralong and the surrounding situation. There are 5 of them.
I'm just going to I'm gonna head up to one of them. Someone that's like not preoccupied with with the actual gorillas.
Okay. I mean, they're all kind of dealing with something, but a couple of them are just more kind of standing there overseeing it. You walk up to one, and
It's like, oh, glad you got there in the time. Not sure how long we could have kept them off. I'm very grateful for that.
thank you for your help. It was massive assistance. We would have suffered far more damage had you not gotten there in time.
Honestly, the least that we could do. We wouldn't want to see anyone get hurt.
Well-
See any more destruction coming by.
Thank you.
What happened? How did they get out?
We're not sure yet. We're investigating the matter. Looks like somehow they managed to poke a hole in their enclosure's shield.
It's not good.
Things are cunning. This hasn't happened in many years.
Oh, really? Do you have I'm kind of new from here, so I don't really know how things are run. But have you had escapes like this before, like with other creatures?
Very occasionally, yes. Every few years or so, maybe one of the newer creatures will come in. One that hasn't been necessarily held for very long in the past. One that we're not used to dealing with. Sometimes they tend to get out every now and again. We have precautions in place. That is why the city is so well protected. Those shields would have been fine. We were mostly concerned about the crops and the buildings out here that aren't protected.
Right.
You're relatively safe. The Guralong are being dealt with now. And we'll be back up on our corral soon.
Oh, I'm
making
glad
sure
to
they're
hear.
herded into their enclosure, and we will be investigating.
Excellent. If there's anything, any more help that you need, don't hesitate to ask. I'm happy to help. I can't speak for the rest of them because that would be rude.
It's appreciated, but we've got it from here.
Great. Good luck with the rest of your hold. And I put my hand to shake. It's like name's Silkus.
Bashir.
Basira. Lovely to meet you. Basira.
That's not what I said at
Bashir.
all.
What did you say?
Bashir.
Oh, Bashir.
Yes.
I thought you said Bashira.
No.
Okay. Oh, well.
Bashir.
Bashir. It's lovely to meet you, and good luck. Have a good day.
You too. And he heads back and starts. At this point, the rest of the kind of crew has come over, and they are now. He goes over to help them, applying the restraint devices, getting them tied up with chains to. As you now see on either side, they are bringing out from enclosures herds of aurochs, as they are attaching these chains to multiple harnesses that are sitting on all the aurochs. And are starting to, as the Guralong are no longer paralyzed and starting to stand up, they are starting to lead them safely in such a way with 2 different kind of groups of these aurochs back off towards the direction that you saw them running from.
Right. I'm probably just gonna quickly. I'm gonna kind of follow behind, like a little far back, not to be suspicious or anything. I'm just curious as I'll just watch them do it out of curiosity.
The rest of you, what are you doing while Silkus is kind of wandering off?
I think
Cloud
real quick.
watching.
I think I was sitting down having a short rest and like looking, just I don't know, having a look around, getting to know the I'm back home.
Yeah.
I'm cloud watching.
Okay, so you two are sitting
Yeah.
together.
No, I'm lying down. I'm like full on.
Okay.
I'm animal style adding one of the gorilla onto my library. Later.
Okay.
When I
Are
have
they
shape change.
beasts or?
How are you doing this?
I think it
He's
would
gonna
have
go
been
up
while
and
they were
stroke the
stunned.
paralyzed
His
one.
eyes,
Just
his iris goes
Yeah,
wide,
you can do that.
and his point of view is just scanning, and takes in data.
Okay.
I'm
That's
getting so many really cool things. I have to wait for a 9th level spell to use, but it's gonna be cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There you go. You add it to your repertoire for future.
It'd just be so funny if you like we get to like level 20, you cast shape change and then turn into like a seal.
Also,
Like,
you know,
I've been
it's a
waiting for
walrus.
ages for this.
Yeah, just the walrus. I'm level 5. Oh god.
Finally done it. Oh no.
A lifelong ambition.
Yeah. To be one of the walrus kind.
Yeah. So
See
you
you guys.
follow them for a while.
Yeah, I'm just following them back.
It's a relatively slow-moving thing. A herd of two separate herds of aurochs are a very slow-moving congregation. Plus all of the officers and the guards that are surrounding the whole area. A couple of them walking just out of range of the Gurulon's reach. But the chains, they're not taut. The Gurulon isn't being like tortured as it's being walked. But it's attached at the waist in such a way that if it tries to go one way, one herd of aurochs stops it. And if it tries to go the other way, the other herd of aurochs stops it. So it can't go anywhere besides just walking straight with the direction of the group. The guards and stuff, they're just surrounding it, kind of keeping out of reach. Couple people droving the herds in the correct direction. You see 2 coatl riders also helping to herd the aurochs in the correct direction.
Okay, I'm just casually walking, just following, like, just nonchalant, just out of curiosity, and I'm like also like passing people, seeing what they're like, hearing what they're saying. Just like if I like anyone like it's like, oh, what happened? It's just like passing, just be like, oh, you know.
Roll a
this,
straight
this group
charisma
is-
check for me.
Sweet charisma. That's not bad. 18.
Okay, cool. Okay, a few people do come by, having noticed the destruction and followed the trail over in this direction, and then they see this whole situation, and are a little bit concerned, and you let them know.
I'm just like, yeah, some kind of group helped stop this, stop what happened. It's all, from what I've gathered, from what I heard from the guards, or just speaking, that seems to be all sorted now, which is, I'm glad that's it. That's all done. I was quite scared for a while. And just
Make
say
a
casual
deception check.
shit like that. I mean, scared isn't true. Okay.
You were heavily implying that you were not fighting them.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, oh, that should be alright. That's a 14.
14?
Yeah. 14. Yes.
Cool.
Just polite,
You explain this to a few people. Most people who are interested, you don't really get to them first. The guards kind of get to them
Oh, that's fine. It's
because
just
they're coming
casual stuff.
past at the time.
Yeah. It's like sometimes like
There
there's
are a couple of people who like walk out of buildings and stuff to see the procession that's happening, and you're the first person to kind of spot them and
It's just
give the
like
explanation.
yeah, it's like I'll be sitting down somewhere while because it takes so long. I'll just sit down and people will come up and they'll be like, "What happened to each other?"
How
And I'll
far are you
say that.
following it?
Not too far. I mean, like, how far am I? Like, let's say roughly now from the rest of them.
I mean, you're well and truly out of sight now.
Yeah.
You've gone behind the Hydra enclosure, and you're a couple
Do you
enclosures
see any
down.
hydras?
I mean, you only saw the tops of their heads.
Okay.
There aren't windows in the enclosure. It's just solid walls all the way around, up to a point, at which point the umbral shield is projected.
I use my secret ability, X-ray vision,
Yeah.
part of our homebrew build that we did, and
You see it labeled Hydra like everywhere. Like you can see the creatures that are in each enclosure,
damn,
even
it's
without.
laid in zinc. I can't see through zinc.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright,
HIGHDRA.
but some all starts with a S, hence why.
Okay.
Hydras.
All right.
I'm gonna head back after a
Yeah.
little bit.
I think
Just casually, I was more like out of curiosity and also out of caution in case, and like see if anyone also
They
maybe.
seem to have it well and truly under control.
Yeah, cool. That's good.
I
I'll
think
head back.
while we're just chilling out, having a break for a while, I'm gonna see Sariel like cloud watching.
Mhm.
Can I use that to draw? Or does it have
I
to
don't
be
see
words?
why not.
I'd like to draw sulfur.
Okay, you draw it. Okay.
And
This is going to be the weirdest cloud omen I've ever seen.
Sariel, you start to see up in the clouds a rendition of sulfur appear. You see it start to draw itself, like the clouds seem to scratch themselves into the sky, bit by bit, until eventually you see that
I'll
like
roll to see
sulfur's
if I
head
can
and
work
neck.
out that this is probably him.
You roll an insight check.
But like right
2.
next to the face.
Oh,
I have no fucking clue what's going
you
on.
are so confused.
Right next to the picture is like a thumbs up.
that was an 8 on
It's
my
a pretty,
sleight of
it's a
hand.
pretty basic rendition of sulfur. You don't have quite enough of leeway with the spell, but you do
I'll just-
get it right.
Sulfur.
Yeah.
Sulfur.
I just write the word sulfur under it. That's a weird looking cloud.
I'm just gonna sort of like stare at it in awe because I have no fucking clue where this has come from. I'm just like, what? I'm kind of like, I'm gonna do this. John,
Yep.
Do you see what I see?
exactly that. Do you see what I see?
That
Hi,
cloud looks a lot like a dog.
That's what I thought.
Clouds look all kinds of things based on the
So
perspective.
pretty much from wherever he's standing, he's seen me like hit John like crazy and then like point at the sky.
Oh, I'm lying down. I've got like my hand behind my head, and I'm just I'm like drawing with my finger and just watching what happens up in the sky. I'm like, never been able to do this before.
How many times have you had your head facing the clouds? That's
Literally
I would
every
say
day.
Everyone gets a short
Wow.
rest, including you, just
Oh,
because
cool.
all you're doing is just kind of wandering.
I'm going to use my my wizard thing to regain spell slots.
Oh, look at you bragging about arcane recovery.
It's
So
all I
you
got.
can use your hit dice if you want to. You get your stuff back if it does, etc., etc.
I'd like to roll an insight check on the rest of the day to see if we'll be in combat again.
It's
That's
a
a-
lovely day.
That's a 23.
It's such a lovely day.
It's a nice day.
No, slots can be.
I'm not gonna worry about
Couple
my
wolf-shaped clouds in the sky.
Worry about my hit dice. No, it's one wolf-shaped cloud with an X. I'm not gonna put an X through because that's just violent. But I'll just write sulfur under it, like clearly in Elvish.
Quick question:
Slow answer.
Did we actually gain like? Okay, so we've gained our max HP, but have we still the current HP that we were before?
You go to 4.
Oh hell yeah!
Thank you very much.
Leveling up like in like most RPGs.
I'm
You level up
yeah.
suddenly, I'm on full health.
Hey, I did it.
Hey,
Okay,
that
cool.
is very good to know.
That's good to know. Yeah. I just was seeing whether or
I
not.
prefer that
Yeah.
way. If I really wanted to, I could just level you up in the middle of a dungeon or in the middle of a fucking battle, and y'all could just be suddenly rejuvenated. I feel inexplicably rejuvenated.
Yeah, it was just because like I was depending on how many d6s I need to use for my hit die. So.
It's like strange. I've gotten all of my spell slots back.
Where did these come from?
Oh,
No.
So do I have all of my
So
spells?
that's just
Only your
HP.
health.
I like that. That's actually good. Yeah, that's good. I like that.
Dog-shaped cloud at night. Party's delight. Dog-shaped cloud in the mornings. Party's warning. Is that how it goes?
So, after your short rest and Silkus, after you return, what are you all doing?
Well, they look like that's all sorted. Should we go and change our currency?
Yeah, let's go do that.
Alright.
Also, we should have a chat. Are we putting our communicator project on hold, or are we still continuing with that?
Well, I've put a lot of work into it at the moment. I probably for the time being, unless if we get another job or something that could offer a little bit of bonus to the cash flow. I would
Or
probably.
if we find Archibald for the party funds and
I mean,
Big
we
of
have the party funds. So
in the bag of holding with Archibald.
No, we have the bag of holding. No.
No.
I don't-
Nope.
You
I
do
thought
not
that- I
have the
thought-
bag of
We
holding on
only
you.
What-
had
what
we
was-
only had a section of the funds that he had given you,
Well,
Yeah.
okay.
but he still had a huge chunk of them in the
Yeah.
bag.
So what?
He
what
gave you
what
the post. You found the
Yeah.
poster.
And what else was it? It was just the 2 sticks.
The broken bow. Fenrir's broken bow.
Or Archibald and Fenrir. Haven't concluded that yet. My investigation's ongoing.
Could have been Archibald's broken bow. It's true.
Could have been Archibald.
That's
It was
true.
not
It is.
Archibald's broken bow.
Could be.
Sorry, I'll
cool.
recognize it directly as
Well,
Fenrir's.
in that case, yeah, no, we'll probably have to put that on hold at the moment, which is fine. Gives me more time to do better research, to acquire
yeah.
better materials if necessary.
I guess the line of thought is, do we want to like convert some of the gold that we have put aside for that back into Krona for use here?
Well, I've kind of already used most of it.
Okay.
And because I've already got started while we had time throughout the couple of weeks we're in Yon, so I'd probably say no, I can't really do that right now. But I'll show what I've got at the moment, and I reveal it's kind of like bits and pieces at the moment, just like different broken
Alright.
parts of it. So,
Fair. We agreed.
best with
You
that.
you started working on it. I understand.
but put it on hold for now.
Yep.
That being said, we probably should.
Let's change what we've got then.
That's the best idea.
Okay.
Hopefully the exchange is pretty good here. Hope the economy's doing all right.
So, you head back over to the entrance where you previously encountered the
Gives us no
guards.
good sign.
Both guards are back there.
Guards are back in town.
Guards are back in town. And they recognize you.
That's good.
He turns to you all and says, "Well, we were going to continue questioning you, but I don't think that's necessary any longer. Thank you for helping. You may pass." And they both step aside.
It was our pleasure. Thank you very much.
Walk on through.
Yeah.
As you
do-
enter the city,
So decisive.
you pass through the Umbral Shield, which feels like nothing. Those of you attuned to it a bit more, you kind of get a bit more of the buzz, like the static buzzing going on in your head. But it's only for a
little
second.
static hair, kind of.
Yeah, it's only for just a second as you step through.
Oh, that feels better.
Doesn't
That
fe-
feels
it,
nice.
it feels just like you're walking through air.
Yeah.
Walking
It's like
on
one of
air.
those air conditioners
feel
right at the door of a shopping centre.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
keep the flies out.
Yeah.
I like it. It's nice.
That's canon now. There you go. So you get a slight
quite
cold
enjoyable.
chill as you kind of pass through the shield. As it's like, ooh, okay.
That felt really
but
nice.
Back inside, you're now inside the domed shields.
Cool.
The buildings here, it's a very low-lying city. Most of the buildings are just one story tall and quite small. The whole place is a bright creamy color, for the most part, whites and creams, to keep off the heat. And it is quite hot, as it currently stands in the middle of the day. But you roll a history check for me. Whoever was, actually everyone, because you were all in the party at the time.
I love history checks. Yes! I'm great at history.
I know nothing.
I see nothing.
19.
I rolled a nat one.
19.
Ooh, that hurts. 19.
19.
6.
Silkus and John, you being at the kind of the front of the party as you were previously talking with the guards, the one that gestured and gave you the directions, basically you are now remembering the directions. So you head down the main street a little bit, and then as instructed, take the first kind of main left turn that you find. There are a bunch of side alleys between buildings, but you were instructed to avoid those as you take a wider street to the left. You follow that a short distance before finding a building without the front on a sign, and it's the only thing you've seen written in common so far, the word Grodalia Exchange. The words
Rural
Grodalia Exchange.
exchange. Clever name.
Well, shall we?
Lead the way.
I'd rather not.
That's a fair point. I'll do that. I go through. Hit the door.
Okay, you wander on through.
Yeah, just like
Yeah,
like
exactly.
that's alright, I'll do it. These doors aren't automatic.
A door. A D&D character's worst enemy.
Yes.
I
So
knew
you walk on
I'd
through.
meet this one day.
You walk on through Silkus, and with John in tow.
Yeah.
Make
And then the
way,
rest of
make
the party.
God.
And it's just a relatively simple layout. There are just 2 desks ahead of you, and then behind that seems to be a door leading into a small chamber behind it. You approach one of the 2 desks. Which one do you approach?
Whichever
There are one on the left, one on the right.
Are they both being occupied?
Both occupied, both free, both available.
Both free. Okay, cool. That's actually good. You read my mind. I'm going to go to the left because adventurers always go left.
Okay.
Also, it's Australian road rules.
Stick to the left. So, you head left, and sitting at the desk ahead of you is a half-orc man
Cool.
who's got kind of almost reddish-green skin tone, short brown hair, and one of his tusks is chipped slightly. And as you approach, he looks up and says, "Yes, how can I help?"
Hello there, my friend. We're just here wanting to be able to exchange some currency from what the country? What
Some
country?
gold.
Aye, yes.
We can do that. How much are you looking to exchange?
At the moment, I'm looking at exchanging about 150 gold.
That we can do. And he
For me personally. I'm saying this to you guys.
So he he reaches under the desk and takes out a large slitted box, essentially, places it down, and says, "Just deposit your gold in here, and I will exchange it shortly."
Thank you very much. And I will take out my wallet.
You on the level?
I mean, ground level at least.
You deposit your 150 gold.
I'll take out my satchel and I'll put it down. I'll take out my gold. Does
Okay.
does he look? He just looks like a
He's a kind of older gentleman.
half orc. You said.
Half orc, yeah, with the
I'm
reddish
just
green skin
immediately suspicious when both items aren't on the table for trade.
I mean,
Like, that's
it's-
Glenn speaking.
This is like equivalent to just a currency exchange place. So they're pretty trustworthy as far as they go.
And
Unless you
also
have-
they're not known for putting stacks of money on the table when someone says 150.
I don't mind. I'll put it down. I'm not gonna put it down until he's got things sorted. I'll just be like, I'll hold it for the time being. But
Well, I mean, he's waiting for you to deposit.
right. Okay. So I will put down. I
Yeah.
thought it was.
So you put in 150 gold.
Suspicious.
He looks around at the rest of you.
Suspicious.
Anything for anyone else?
Yeah, I'll come forward. I'll put 7. Should we separately, I suppose?
Actually, I should just quickly ask. Have I already done the exchange with me, Terry?
He's collected your coins. Yeah. He
Do
hasn't given you anything back yet.
what's the exchange rate from gold to Quindolian?
Grodals.
Grodals.
Yeah.
Grodals.
At the moment, it's 100 to 1. So you will get 100 Grodals per gold.
I panicked and used the other way. I was like, oh fuck, I get
Okay.
one Grodal and
I-
that's good to know.
Varamus
It's like yen
is
almost.
not a smart man, so he's
Yeah.
going to see this as an opportunity to get rich quick. And he's going to hand over 15 gold.
Okay. He does so. You do so. Is anyone else putting any more gold?
Yeah,
on their end?
I'll put in 7 gold.
7 gold.
I'm putting
Okay.
5.
5 gold. Okay, so he takes all of your gold, lifts the now heavy box, and takes it into that back room with him. You hear it down onto the ground, and then you hear a grating as it sounds like he's opening a vault door of some sort. You hear him going as he lifts up the box again. You hear a bunch of jingling as he seems to dump out the gold. Rustles around a bit. You hear the grating again, and then you see him walk past the door without the box this time. You hear another grating sound. You hear some collecting sounds, some more jingling. The grating sound again. And then he emerges through the door with small boxes, they're pretty large boxes, but they're long and flat, and comes out and distributes them to you. So for every gold you put in, you get 100 back. So if Silkus, you put 150 gold in.
So
you now have
150,000?
15,000 Grodals.
That's exactly what I was saying.
Yeah, 15,000 Grodals.
Grodals are coins, right?
Yes,
What do they look like?
So as you open them up, they are made of some sort of metal, but not precious.
Sized.
They're made of some sort of kind of bronzy coloured metal, not precious in any way, and they have kind of the Grodalian crest and then some very intricately carved patterns around that look to be the leaves of native plants.
What's the crest look like?
The crest of Grodalia is it's like it's hard to explain. Basically, it's a geyser. It's a depiction of a geyser, essentially.
So Jerry Bruckheimer logo if it was water.
The what logo?
Okay.
It's because geysers can't flow backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Took me a moment. For anyone out there wondering who's not from Australia, the Australian crest.
No, we have our secrets.
Kangaroo and an emu, and they're facing each other because they can't walk backwards, and so they are stuck. Why? I don't know. Because we're always moving forwards, even though apparently they're just not going anywhere. Anyway, regardless, yeah. So it's essentially a very smaller than the gold you're used to carrying, and these ones they're roughly circle shaped, but in essentially each four corners. It's cut off to be straight, so it's kind of a curve, straight, kind of shape. Almost a rounded square if you rotate it a bit, but the design on it is particularly placed, with a little geyser crest in the middle, and then leaves of what seem to be native plants surrounding the edges. And you open up, so each of you opens up the box and you get your appropriate amount. And Silkus, when you open up yours, it's very, very neatly, tightly packed Grodals stacked all the way along your box. Quite heavy. There's a lot of metal in here.
Well, that was unexpected. Great. Can I carry it?
It's heavy, but yes, you can carry
I
it.
think you are proficient in money.
Yeah, I would agree.
If there's one proficiency skill
Yeah,
set,
exactly.
money.
I want to say that he has one of those Harry Potter spells on his belt purse. You know how they make
not
the
yet.
Ford and the car hold like 10 people without
Oh,
making
yeah.
it look any different.
Oh,
I reckon
I
he's
kn-
got one of those for his purse that just like expands without expanding. So you just like pile, pile the whole lot of money in there, and the size of his purse does not change.
Not yet, but I have a plan.
Oh god.
No, I want that to just be canon. Like he has
I
a
mean-
never-ending purse.
You
It's
can
just a
certainly try.
thing that all Newards
I can't
have.
check. Yeah, 18.
You'll have to get one.
I just really want that to be a
He's-
thing that all
I
Newards
was like
have.
17.
He hasn't quite graduated yet. He doesn't get
that's
the
a-
graduation
that's a quite
gift
a
of the
specific and
coin.
high
Do you
level
just
spell.
do you just carry around a spring-loaded scabbard that just pulls the next coin up as you take it out?
I do now. It's behind the rose around the belt.
I love it.
Now I really want him to have a change dispenser.
He does.
I'm imagining it
That's
like a
one of
Pez
the-
dispenser.
Yes. With
like
the crest as a
sword.
head. Like one of those cartoon ones. Like, yep, that's it.
Yeah.
We got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So as we're
That's it.
heading out,
DM's like, okay, I'm done.
yeah, sort of heading out and so to go to Circus. So you're probably starting to see why I'm enthusiastic about promissory notes.
Oh, most definitely, yes. Yes, I definitely agree with that one. It's quite heavy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. You're the weight of your coin purse has increased significantly.
I mean, it's usually just the weight of
Like, gold is heavy in itself, but this amount of metal in exchange for that gold?
You know what? It's nothing compared to the newer legacy. So
Ain't that damn truth. Well played.
Typically, your gold purse is just weighed down by the many lives that your family have stood on.
Yes.
Yep.
All those Chimerian
They are
people.
the 1%.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
That's the definition.
Yeah.
I am not at the moment.
In Chimeria, there's 0.01%.
I mean, I've got 15,000 pieces of something. We don't have to say what at the time.
I mean,
If
money.
it
Money,
makes you
yeah.
feel worse,
Probably.
I have 1,500.
Of Grodal?
Yeah.
Yeah. I should have realized how much I'll be carrying. Oh well, you live and learn.
My backpack is just jingling.
Yeah, it is.
Every step, just a little jingle.
Okay, so heading out from the currency exchange.
Yeah.
Where are you going? You have the whole city to go. You are aware that
Where are you going?
yeah,
Hi,
you are aware
Estelle.
that the northern side, past what is the only building that you can see from this distance, or the only distinct building you can see from this distance, which is a large kind of mosque-looking temple of some kind. Past that is where you know the area that you want to avoid.
Yeah.
That northern area of Grodalia.
Well, I guess for the first thing we want to do is try maybe find a place, and
Find a base of operations, maybe.
that's exactly what I'm saying. If we could do that, then I think the next step is see if we can find anyone that knows has some information on odd occurrences. Which I guess it would be
This is
hard to
not
do-
an... Oh, occurrences.
occurrences. Yes.
Okay.
It'd probably be a little bit hard to narrow down that a little bit, but we could be more specific if necessary. I just don't want to.
It's recent news. We'll go both ways, I suppose.
Gossip is the best way of gathering.
I also have a fairly random idea.
Say it by all means.
While I was outside of town, I was just flicking through my spell book to find out what I could do, and I came across Skywrite, and I have the ability to alter clouds and stuff like that.
Quite aware of the spell.
Do either of your companions have like an identifying mark that only they would recognize if it showed up in the clouds?
Well,
Such a tease.
I mean, if you could probably do Finra based on his clothes.
that's
I
a
don't
bit
know if you
too
can turn a cloud
specific.
purple.
Or really...
Well, not specific enough, I guess.
Well, I mean,
You
Archibald
spent
has his
some-
hood up most of the
You
time.
spent
so
some
you'll be
time
able
with
to see his
Archibald
tattoos.
looking at his tattoos.
I did.
Probably wanted to go for one of the ones that's on his front, so he doesn't have to like twist around to remember what it looks like.
What would have been the most specific, like, tat?
Would
Would
be
have
one of
been
the ones on his arms.
Yeah, what would have been like one that would draw the most attention? The one that I would be like, oh, there's that. It's like, you see a tattoo and then like, you just remember.
He does
it, it
love his
sticks out.
magic missile tat.
That's a good point. Well, I can probably
You've got the map of the tattoos.
I do have the map of tattoos. That's a good point. Well, first things first. I don't want to reveal that anywhere here. We need to find a place.
Yeah.
After that, we can sort that situation. However, I think I'm not. If we do that, then there's probably a chance with. I don't know. It's just where are you going with this idea? You're hoping someone be able to.
Well, I'm thinking like, let's say we let's say that we do Skywrite and we're trying to contact, say, a bat of some kind. We could just throw a giant bat up in the sky, like a big signal,
Oh my god.
to let them know that they're needed, that
Oh
we know that they're
my
around,
god.
I mean, we could do that.
like a sort of bat signal,
Like-
but we alter it for your friends.
Or like a giant S for like hope or something.
I take it you've
Why
done
not?
this in the past to contact a fellow druid who is in bat form?
Yes, actually, I have.
Oscar may not be saying "God damn it" or "Oh God,"
He hasn't
but
yet.
look, did you guys see what he was doing?
Well,
Both hands on his face, arms resting on the table.
I tell you what, we could do that. It's not a bad idea.
Don't let the bad signal upset you, almighty deity. Please don't smite me.
All smitey deity.
Here's an idea. We could do that. I don't mind that idea. At least to give them some recurrence.
At least it's like
Poss-
ambiguous, so anyone
Possibly.
who isn't your friends will not.
My only concern is
No.
whoever's possibly has kept them captured probably as well already analyzed the task and could end up giving away the element of surprise. If anything, it could be something just simple enough for someone that could be paranoid enough. If I was putting in their shoes, I'll definitely take anything like that as a sign.
True, but also famine has spotted us.
You know what? That's a very good point.
So what do we got to lose?
Well, I tell you what, we can do those. We can do that. I do like that idea. However, gathering information is is definitely my specialty. Tonight I'm gonna spend the night mingling, and I'll see what I can find. It's definitely something it's more my area of expertise. Mine's spells, obviously. So we can do that. And as a kind of occurrence, as a little bit of a comfort, in case our companions are actually here. And then I'll go on a little information gathering tonight.
And if worst comes to worst, I'll just throw up the bat signal and let you know to come back.
I tell you what, could you do my quest and I show like
If we're trying to draw the
the actual
attention
image
of
of it.
our companions, specifically, why don't you just redraw the wolf? It's not like they wouldn't recognize it.
I mean, it'd be just a wolf, and I guess anyone could be like, "Oh, that's a wolf." It's gotta be something I guess more specific. I mean, it's
Yeah,
not a bad
but
idea.
it would only be
As
specific
they say, as
to
I start to
Archibald
lead
Fenrir.
them towards the place where I know there's like
Yeah.
a cluster of like pubs and things for like working people in general.
Okay. You do so.
Get around the area.
Grodalia itself is in some ways the layout is kind of similar to Chimeria,
I love it.
although it's even more scattered. It's kind of the city itself was clearly not planned prior to it being built. There are there are no districts. It's just all interspersed with each other. There are places of business interspersed with right next to places of residential areas, and the streets as well are very much suited to that style of city planning or lack thereof. Much like Sydney. Occasionally you'll have areas where more businesses have cropped up or pretty much entirely residential, but for the most part you'll find business and residential mixed everywhere in the city.
Because we like you and we want you to know where you're going.
Yeah.
Grodalia, because fuck you.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I get an idea what the general clothing
General clothing.
is like in the city? Because every city,
It's pretty much
different.
cover all. Bright colours for the most part, yellows, whites, light blues are pretty common.
So what I'm wearing basically works.
Yeah, but it's more robe style that cover all the skin. I'm talking full coverage robes. Like you're wearing
I
open
see, like
clothes,
priest kind of,
not
monk
priests.
kind of clothes.
No,
Jedi?
desert clothing.
Okay, so sand people.
Not quite. And a lot of them
Bright
are
color
wearing.
sand people.
A lot of them are also wearing
Okay.
kind of. They're not a hood per se, but it's a piece of cloth specifically designed to go over the head in such a way that covers the head and neck and face from sun. A lot of people are wearing this very similar garb.
Okay.
All light colors, mostly those whites, yellows, and light blues.
Okay. On our way, I'm just gonna see if I can get look. I'll just say it quickly. Look. Do you have any? Do you know anywhere for to get clothes because we're gonna stand out honestly, and It's good to actually wear the local clothing for the time being. They'll be a little bit less suspicious, less conspicuous.
Like we can find some places, but for the most part, I wouldn't know what's around as far as that goes.
Well, that's fun. That's fun. It's been what, 6 years you said?
Yeah.
So I guess things would change.
Yeah. Being inconspicuous is good, but for the moment it's not horrible to be perceived as travellers, I suppose.
That's
But
fine.
I
I'm
see
thinking
your
more
point.
for tonight, if anything. While we're going, I'm gonna just
Yeah.
keep an eye out for shops for like local clothing
So
marks.
going
or something.
past, I like
Okay.
look at something and I go, oh, the Swift Paw's still here. I wonder if Eunice is still. Okay, let's find a different one. Keep going.
All right.
Our guide isn't able to take us anywhere. Our guide isn't able to take us anywhere he knows. He has to have an approximate knowledge of a place, and that's it.
Oh, I mean, so whenever he takes us somewhere that he doesn't
So,
know, it's gonna be surprising.
let me
for
get
both
this
of us.
straight. We're letting an alcoholic guide us to a pub he's never been in a town he used to live in.
Blind
Yeah,
leading
we're not
the
going to
blind?
stay anywhere. We're not going to stay anywhere.
I had a favourite pub, please. Like, Eunice is amazing. I just don't want... He just
Do you know what's
also
really funny about you
spreads
saying
rumours.
Eunice, though?
You wanna?
My favourite kebab guy's name is Eunice.
It's a good
So-
name.
Do you have
Good
any,
fucking
It's a
name.
good name.
So, Jack,
He's
do
a
you
good
have any, is there any sayings, any kind of typical slang or whatnot that this city uses?
You're not going to pick up on native Grodalian in the amount of time that we have.
I'm thinking
Not
just
really
basic
worth
phrases.
trying.
I'd like to pick up on native Grodalia.
Trust me,
the limited
the-
time we have.
Tongue, the language is probably something I can blend in with. I just need a couple of phrases here and there. Just like hello. That's it.
We'll go over stuff tonight, I guess.
Sounds good.
It'll take a while.
Well.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
Mostly because I don't remember exactly how classical Orcish is taught, so I don't know what you will know which won't match up with Grodalian.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, either way, it's
Yeah.
not like I'm gonna have too many issues. So, I guess,
Yeah.
where are we going?
We'll keep going until I find it.
Roll investigation check.
Alright. Ooh. That's a 12.
12. As you walk, as John guides you through the city, you find a clothing place pretty quickly.
Right. I'll just give me a couple seconds.
Yep.
I'll go in. Is there anything? Anyone in there?
I mean, it's mid-afternoon and business is in full swing at the moment. So, yeah, there is someone in there.
Okay. I'll just go to one of the. If this go to one of the workers. What are they called?
There's just one person in there. It's a relatively small building, like most others in the place. That was cocked. As you walk in, a very tall, slender half-orc female turns to you. She's got kind of a blondish-coloured gradient to the classic half-orc light green. And she turns to you and says, "Welcome. How may I help you today?"
Well.
She says this in Orcish.
Yep. I reply. I'm like, oh well, that's such a lovely welcome. Don't get a lot of that.
You're saying this in Orcish?
In Orcish, I'm just like, hello. I love how you love the hair. It looks amazing. Looking for some clothes actually. I'm not from around here, as you can see.
Clearly.
No, not at all. Just anything. I'm not looking for anything too expensive per se. But I tell you what do you recommend would be perfect?
What style are you looking for? There is simple, there is practical, and there is extravagant.
Well, I'm a simple man.
I can tell.
I mean, simple from where I come from.
You can just feel Varamus very confused from outside the.
I'm definitely out of earshot, but also
I'm looking for something probably more practical. I'd say simple, practical. But yeah, get a little bit of flair to it, maybe. Do you have anything? Sorry, obviously got vast knowledge.
I can show you my range, yes.
Oh, that'd be splendid.
You'll be looking
I'm really
over,
glad
and she
you didn't
leads
say
you
the word.
over to a rack that's embedded into the wall. It's a long metal pole that's got. You've never really seen coat hangers used before, but it's essentially what is being used here,
never seen
with
these weird
long
devices.
flowy robes, all hung neatly side by side. A variety of colours. They're arranged in colour order, spanning from the colours you've seen and going into reds, greens. A couple of them are darker coloured, but it's a very small minority compared to the rest, which are all brightly coloured, very light, reflecting the sun kind of colours. What colour are you looking for?
Well, I guess I'm kind of looking for what was colour you said before? Sorry.
It's white,
white.
white yellows and light blues are the standard that you've seen mostly.
I'm looking for probably light blues, whites, some kind of what I've got right now, I suppose, but maybe
I'm not sure we have anything that quite matches what you've got now.
that's totally fine. I'm new, really. I don't really know.
How about
what
this
area.
one? And she pulls one off, and it's a mostly white, but with a really nice, fairly simple, swirling light blue pattern that kind of goes all around from essentially the waist down on these robes, and the separate piece of cloth for the head also has some nice kind of trimming in the light blue patterns. So it's a nice bright white in a light fabric with the blue patterns on it.
That's perfect. That's brilliant.
If you'd like to try it on, you're more than welcome, but
You know what? I trust you. I trust in your opinion.
these are sort of one size fits all.
Oh, that makes it a lot easier.
They're huge.
Well, the robes.
I mean, loose
I'll
fitting is the typical
Take it.
term.
700 dollars, please.
Not a problem. Worth every penny.
Yeah.
And I'll give her 700, and I'll give her 700, and I'll give an extra 10 to her. It's like for your lovely customer service.
So 1 cent. No, 10-cent tip. Okay.
Is it like I can't
You're
remember how
more
these
than
things
welcome.
work.
Thank you for your
Extra
patronage.
gold is $1.
Gold is also extra 10
Which
dollars
Clearly
basically.
isn't.
Please come
Yeah,
back
I haven't
anytime.
figured that out yet.
Well, I'll come back, not a problem. Anything to see that smile. And I will leave with my clothes.
Okay. You walk on that roll an insight check for me.
Yeah. I am not even going to be surprised because you're going to be a dick. It's like 18.
I'm
18.
still very confused.
You walk out and you look at the clothing. You have a sudden realization that you feel like she knew you were a tourist and she ripped you the fuck off.
That's fine.
She wants you coming back.
That's totally fine. I 100% expected that.
So you have your clothes.
Perfect. Alright,
Your
well,
7 gold's worth of clothes.
that's
anyway.
actually more than I was expecting, honestly. So, no, less than expected. Never mind. Words, difficult. Continue.
Yeah.
Oh, well, let's, continue. Please.
Yeah, yeah. I'll keep walking for a bit until I spot another place which like looks like it has the right kind of like chill, not very nosy atmosphere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll an investigation check.
Ooh, can I help?
Actually, roll a
Can I help?
survival check.
Can I help?
Can I be able to just
I
check?
know pubs.
I
know-
Roll an investigation check.
I know.
Hindered by the fact that you don't know Orcish.
I
But
know
I know
pubs and I've got
pubs.
all Kiddish, so can I also look? I mean, I was going to say, can I
Roll
look around and
investigation
whatnot?
check.
15.
Thank you.
9.
You know what? Thank you, gracious DM. And may I say your hair looks
I really hope
extremely
you
lovely
get a
today.
1 for this.
Yeah. 12.
12. John starts leading you through streets, and you start to get a little lost. Some of these streets have changed a bit since you were last here, quite a few years ago. And as you're going, you're like thinking to yourself, you're looking around and you're thinking to yourself, how am I going to get from here to here? This has all changed. This street's gone. What the hell's... What? How do we get here?
Where's Alfred Street?
And as you're kind of thinking about that environment, you spot a fairly low-profile tavern-style place.
What about that hole in the wall over there?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that should serve.
Hole in the Wall. Is that the name of the place?
No, actually, it's called the Giant Smoldering Crater.
My bad. I paraphrased.
Okay. Okay. I'm sure that people would take kindly you paraphrasing that in that way.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Everyone's favorite charismatic character.
Yeah, exactly.
What did I say?
For those of you
I'm
who...
going to start heading over to the
Yep.
Giant Smoldering Crater.
Is that actually what we're calling it?
For those of you who read Orcish, which is 1, 2...
That's just what the word looks like on the side.
Yeah, exactly. You see that this place is the smouldering tankard.
Smaller tankard.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
You gave me the inspiration.
Thank you.
It's better than those brothel ideas you had before.
Oh,
Stop bringing those up. I'm never going to join you in a business venture like that.
We'll make millions.
Heading on in, it is a bit of a hole in the wall, kind of a charming little place. There isn't necessary, whereas in Chimeria where you're used to being around, and also places like Yusen, where you've experienced kind of bars and taverns being the place to convene for the unsavory types, as it were. The Grodalian custom doesn't seem to be the same. This is a relatively what looks like kind of...
It's a jazz club.
Bed and breakfast.
Yeah, it's a cheap looking place that looks like it's not necessarily the best taken care of. It's kind of charming in its own right. And from the outside, as a native Chimerian, you would expect this to be the kind of place that you go in, you'd see heavy-set men drinking huge tankers of beer and like the darker types, you know, you see some daggers around, you see some money changing hands that probably otherwise shouldn't be. But as you walk into this place, expecting all these things,
Can I describe it?
it seems a
first?
really
Sounds
charming
like
place.
home.
Can I describe it and see how close I get?
Go for it.
So as you walk in, the first thing you notice is it's like you've got the upper section, and then it goes down and you see a staircase off to the side, and then you've got like a mezzanine floor. And in the lower section, there are people, there are like half-orcs and various races, just like mingling about together. And then like someone gets up onto like a platform down there and starts reciting slam poetry.
You had him for the first half, not gonna lie.
You had him tell the slam poetry. That's when I heard the sigh.
Well, it's literally slam poetry. It's a lot of wrestling.
Yeah, exactly.
Quoth the Raven!
Nevermore. The guy's called Nevermore.
Ow.
How close?
And
did I get?
Nevermore took a tumble.
Fuck it. It is a...
Stop giving him the
It
stuff.
is about a 2-story building, but there isn't a second story. It's that second, that mezzanine level. It's
Slam poetry.
it is charming in its own right, and there is someone on a stage type area currently reciting poetry in
Let's go
Orcish.
poetry, apparently.
That only a couple of you can really make out the words.
Yeah,
of.
what's their poetry like in half Orcish?
No. I'm many things, but I'm not a poet, and I'm definitely not a poet in Orcish.
Yeah, you definitely know it.
Not an orcish
I'm a
improv
poet, and
poet?
I know I'm
Come
not.
on.
Not a poet, and I know it.
I have never seen him shoot down an idea that fast before.
Because I was
me.
expecting it.
Look, it's my idea, so I ain't surprised.
There are a number of patrons here.
I'm full of bullshit. Let's go.
Again, mostly orcish and half orcish, but you
Yep.
do see one halfling and a human as well.
Oh, good. So we're going to blend in, right? It's perfect.
Sure, if you would like.
I'm optimistic and a little bit ignorant. The
No.
little bit is
No, Josh.
forfeit.
Sometimes there are just things that you shouldn't say out loud. And that was one of them.
No, I fail to see.
He said worse.
He has said far worse.
But still, those
What
are
are you
some of
doing?
them as well.
All
I
of
have
you.
yet needed to
I'm
apologize
going
my
to-
words yet.
You head over to the bar, order a...
I'm gonna find a place. I find like a room. Probably best do that first.
I'm trying to think of a name of a really strong drink. Come back to me.
Apple cider.
Sapple Ida.
Apple cider.
Long
It's
Island iced
apple
tea.
cider.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a really strong drink for a poetry bar.
God.
If you need help with describing how the bartenders make their special drinks, I have ideas.
Oh boy.
And you can ask him. They're
keep-
pretty cool
keep
ideas.
going, guys. Keep
Okay,
going.
I'm gonna go ahead.
Varamas immediately approaches
Yeah.
the bar area, which is kind of, it's like a very open section. It's right in the middle of the lower area of the floor. It's a roughly circular shape with cutouts on either end for access in and out. And it's very open. It's just there. You can see clearly in, and it's a really nice, open, kind of friendly atmosphere.
Okay.
Common, right?
Well, no, he's
Hey?
quite uncommon. Let's be honest.
As in language.
I think my language here is point at a menu.
Oh, so my Japanese trip.
Yeah.
Oh, and
This
saying
one.
saying
please.
itchy for 2 half the time.
That is wrong.
No, it's 3. Sorry.
No, that's
no,
wrong.
no.
That is still wrong.
Itchy is
Itchy
2.
needs
No,
to
itchy's
go
1.
like a
Itchy's
Shachi
1.
Kyoju.
Yeah, itchy's 1.
No wonder
Ni
you
is
got so
2.
smashed.
Son is 3. Continue. I can't remember.
You went to Japan, and I'm the one who knows how to count to 10.
Made.
Okay?
I used the translator half the time.
Okay, I found it.
Half the time was good.
I'm going to point to a drink called Death in the Afternoon.
Death in the afternoon.
It is a sweet
foreshadowing.
mix of absinthe and champagne.
You have no idea what it's called, but you see it like this long name
Yeah.
in Orcish on their board that they have, and you're like, yeah, that one.
Like, very long description. Price unusually high. Yes.
Yeah,
Two
exactly.
ingredients.
It's only a good thing.
Yeah, the
Death in the afternoon.
the
I see you read the script.
the bartender, of which one of the bartenders, of which there are 2, gives you a bit of a weird look. Roll an insight check.
It's...
It's definitely because you stand out. Definitely because you stand out. Gives you a bit of a weird look, but complies. Starts to mix this drink, pulling out things that weren't previously on the bar. Obviously, no one was ordering, and starts to make what describe the drink.
I'll show you the picture.
Please do.
Because the
I would like
picture-
you to tell me what this is.
Alright, fine.
Oh boy.
So it is... Because I looked up a list of the most ridiculous hipster drinks sorted by alcoholic content.
Oh gosh.
And this was number 8. It's that...
It's funny because that's actually kind of what I was.
It
imagining.
is a off-white, creamy yellow color, and it has a dead plant off to the side of the glass.
I would say that it looks kind of like
It's like orange
if you
juice.
put if you put apple juice in a milk frother. I think
Yeah.
that's what it would look
Yeah.
like.
Okay,
Pretty much,
I'll
yeah.
take that.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's exactly right. And
He's just
once
the
it's
yes man, he
mixed,
doesn't know.
It's handed to you in a. It's not a clear glass.
Yeah.
It's handed to you in a kind of a, like a ceramic style tankard almost, which you immediately start to down.
Damn straight at it.
You get some fucking strange looks. You are day drinking as an outsider.
What time is
I
it?
mean,
It's like mid afternoon ish.
These people
wow.
can get wrecked.
You just said these people.
No.
And can get wrecked.
Everyone around here can get wrecked. They're in a pub in the afternoon. They're as bad as me.
They shouldn't be looking.
I handle it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, you do. You start to
Pub is
drink.
not quite the same here as it is in.
Everyone else, what are you
gonna
doing as Varamas
head
is
up to
going
the
up to the
Yeah, head up barn. So, hey, you got any rooms for the night?
She gives you a bit of a weird look as well. It's like, we don't have rooms here. Not sure what you were looking for.
It's not a tavern. It's not.
It's a tavern. It's not an inn.
Wow, fuck. Where would be the next inn? Where would be the closest inn?
Couple streets that way.
Fun. Alright. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Have a nice afternoon. Varamas, come on.
I'm gonna.
And I switched
gonna
to common
slam
back
Are you
for
about
that.
to say something?
You're not going to buy anything.
Oh, I'll be back.
How much?
Oh, it's
how
always
much
more
is the
time
drink
in the afternoon.
that I've just smashed?
The drink is 350 Grodals.
I reply.
Whoa!
That's
That's an expensive drink, but
I
they're
reply
alright.
back. I'm just like, it's still a little bit early, but there's plenty of time to get a drink on. So we'll be back.
Information's not free, you
Okay.
know. I can't understand what you're saying. You're speaking Orcish, and I just remember.
Immediately turns and makes a remark to her fellow bartender.
I do pay. I want that on the record.
Okay.
You get a pay.
So you all head out down the street in the direction.
Funny.
And you spot a small hanging sign, which is unusual for Grodalia. You spot a small hanging sign
You gotta stop looking at this.
that is pointing down an alleyway, and has the words on it that say "in," and it's just an arrow pointing that way. And if you glance down there, you can see
It's the opposite direction.
you can see at the end of the alleyway on one side the front to a building that looks a bit more open than the other residential ones. You head down there, and heading in, this is not a two-story building, but it is a wider building than the rest, with a kind of front patio area with some nice decorative pillars that go up the front, and then the entryway is an arch with a wooden door in it. You head on through the door, and inside it's just a relatively small foyer style room with no one currently in there.
We ransack the place.
And further on you can see where it opens up into a courtyard out the back, and is surrounded by the rooms on the ground level all around the courtyard.
Right. So there's no one at the reception desk?
No one currently. It's just a small room. There's not even really... There's a small kind of shelf on the side that has like a... it's not a bell per se, but there's like a hammer and a small gong almost style thing that is there obviously for people to get the attention of the staff.
I'll just wait at the desk for a few minutes to see if someone actually does come in, because ringing a bell is the most annoying thing ever.
While he's
I
waiting,
feel like-
I'm just looking at you in my slightly tipsy state, and I just reach over with my metal hand, and I'm just like,
Hey, Varamas, why don't you
tonight's
go
gonna be
pet
fun.
sulfur for a bit?
I go pat sulfur for a bit.
Okay.
Be gentle.
A few seconds later,
Yeah.
as Varamas is walking over to Pat Sulfur, someone appears through from the rear entrance of this room.
Yeah.
Fuck it, I'll roll for it.
Sure.
That's where they are. I was wondering where the rest of his dice were.
A human woman
Oh.
walks in
Yeah.
and says, "Can I help you?"
Yeah, we are looking for 2 rooms for the night. One for 1 person and 1 for 3. If you've got something that suits.
Absolutely, no, that's not a problem at all. I'll go get the keys. Each room will run you 70 Grodals each.
Place
Alright.
one down.
Like,
Per room?
Whoa, okay, you lagged out. I'm sorry, Harry, can you repeat that?
each person or each room?
Each room.
I'll put my 70 down.
I'll put down 75
Okay.
as well.
Alright, so you two do that. She leaves the room,
Yeah.
returns with 2 small keys, so
I
about
want-
that long.
To try to put 20 Grodals back into John's purse.
Roll a sleight of hand check. As she returns with these
It
2
worked
very
last
simple
time.
keys. Looks like these are keys for locks that could be very easily picked, but I don't think
15.
you don't
Yeah.
think that's necessarily the idea.
It's like the lock
What's your
about
passive perception?
11.
You get 30, 20.
20.
You get 20 Grodals back. And hands the keys to you
Yeah.
immediately, and I guess you, Stalkers, because you're
Yeah.
also up there at the front.
Yep.
So you both get a key each.
Yeah.
And she
Great.
points. Those are for the 2 corner rooms on the left-hand side back there.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Shall we head off to the large room, have a chat?
Yeah. That sounds like a plan.
Yeah, so
Sounds
go in,
good.
enter the room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the room is nice. It's nice and fairly open.
Yep.
It has the classic kind of fire pit style
Yeah.
thing, with which is located relatively close to the window that's in the back. The door faces into the courtyard and is relatively cooled by the overhanging what's it called? Thing. The overhang over it,
Yeah.
over the door.
Archway?
Awning.
Awning. The awning over the doors.
A lesser
Awning.
known archway.
The bed, there are only 2 beds in there, larger beds. But it's a nice enough room. It's got
Yeah.
tile floors, as pretty much the rest
Yeah.
of the Grodalian buildings are. You all head on in there.
Yeah.
Cool. And lock the door, or you close the door behind
I'll
you.
close the door.
Yeah, we'll go. Which one are we going into?
I assumed one was bigger and one was smaller, and we'd go in the bigger one.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that works.
Cool.
As you enter and get ready for a chat, that is where we're going to end the session.
Thank
Okay.
Oh, look at that timing.
I am amazing.
Wow, that's
at
like
this.
exact timing.
Oh wow, yeah.
Thank you, everyone who came by
You're
the
welcome.
session today. Feel
was a
free,
bit
if
of
you've
trek.
enjoyed, to give us a follow on Twitch down below. Always helps us out, and you'll catch future content. If you want to watch our VODs, you can see them here on Twitch, but you can also go and see them on YouTube. The links there. Yep.
Because we lost one.
Yeah, except one of them, which we'll do a recap video for. That is on its way. You can also follow us, Maximum Altitude, here on Twitter up there, and each of us individually at our Twitter handles located. Mine's up there, the rest of them are under the little bubbles.
If you have ideas for mid-show, after-show game shows, please tweet them at me, because I am rapidly running out.
And
Yeah.
he hit.
I think we're covered
Probably
for next week,
best.
though, right?
Sorry?
We're covered for next week, though,
Oh,
right?
It
yes.
might be covered for next
Do
week.
something.
I will do my best, but it might not be
He
next
is
week.
currently insured for it, so it's great.
Yes, exactly.
It's one of those days.
Yeah, you follow us on Twitter on the official
He's got third party.
page over there. You will get updates on future streams, things like that, as well as on our personal ones. We retweet that stuff, and you also get some of our personal touches, which is always nice.
And sometimes terrifying, Michael.
Thank you, everyone, so much for being here. We will see you next time.
Oh, will we?
We will. You're here next week,
Oh,
right?
I am most definitely.
Good. I'm glad.
Not the next
Josh
week.
is here next week, but not the
Hey.
week after because he's a bitch.
So we're going to
Next-
you're going to get
Next week I'll have finished exams too.
Yay!
Can you I don't know, celebrate that, leave a follow maybe.
Please do.
'Cause
I'll
I
be
can
a lot
only
less
make enough favorite
up
accounts.
there, I think. My brain is at its limit of functionality.
Mine's been like that.
End of sentence.
We will see you next time. Until then, thanks so very much for watching.
Bye.
Take it easy.